key points, the reason why he's the leaker of the MH370 videos, so that people can kind of realize like how powerful the evidence is against him. And I'm happy to talk through my thought process as well in terms of like why he's definitely the guy and what's going on right now. Okay. And yeah, there's a lot of comments. Thank you very much for Mick. A lot of comments about like it seems crazy until you look at the science. And then when you look at the science, you realize, oh wow, like there actually is something to this. And so because I'm not going to talk about this a lot, let me address this right now.
Address it.
There really is a whole aspect of our universe, physics, reality, science, that's being kept from us.
Yeah.
And it's being kept from us successfully, hidden from us. Incredibly
Ashton,
well.
You know, I was just watching the fucking Dr. Judy Wood's presentation on the Breakthrough Energy Conference, right? Poof. Let me tell you about that. Have you seen that? I wonder if you've seen that, Ashton. I wonder if you've seen that. That's good stuff.
And that's one of the other things I wonder all the time is that now, every day, I'm out there and I'm looking around and I'm wondering, wow, like, what is real anymore? Reality is probably some type of projection. Mass is energy. So when you actually look into the science of it and you realize like, oh, we've made up this fake stuff like dark matter and dark energy to try to explain away the things we don't understand right now from our perspective of cosmology. You go, wow, okay, it actually does make sense that there might be like UFOs or anti-gravity technology out there. Why would we think that we can't master and Mick, this is Mick's donation, by the way. Why would we think we can't master gravity? And the more you think about it, it all begins to line up in terms of we're not the most advanced civilization on the block. We are basically just ants. Civilizations are much, much more advanced than us, and we should be thinking far beyond the human paradigm at this point. Amir, good work digging into Edward Lynn. Looks like his website says he's operating a new business. Like, now here's the thing too I want to address, guys. I'm not trying to dox the guy. A lot of people are talking about doxing people. I'm not doxing. It's a promotional video that he put out. He says his name, his business, what have you. He even says that he worked in the Navy. I didn't have to do anything. All I did was find the video, play the video. I thought when you put a promotional video out there, you want people to, whatever, repost. Now, I don't want people going and bugging him. No, I don't want any of that. But I do want to increase the pressure in terms of people know that he knows that I'm there looking for him. And at this point, he can't deny that he knows who I am. That's the biggest thing. I was actually just talking to my mom about this. We don't talk too much about the case, but I was talking to her about this, and it's like, look at it from this perspective. Like, if anyone talks to him in the future ever, he cannot deny he knows who I am. I've reached out to his sister, his brother-in-law, his lawyer, and him directly at his work.
Yeah.
He's dodged all those. And I sent him emails. I sent emails to all those people as well. Why are you dodging this guy? I'm only saying one thing, that he leaked those videos and that he's a hero for doing so. He's a hero for doing so.
Right.
Why would you dodge this guy? Especially when you were like trying to clear your own name. And I'm saying the same thing. Like, you can clear your name, man. Just whistle blow that you leak those videos, and that'll clear your name. You'll be a hero. In the eyes of the UFO community, you'll be a hero. I mean, yeah, you'll be a hero to them at least.
What the fuck was that?
Tracy Scott, a massive thank you to Ash and all. When I say I went out with a bang on X when they locked me out of it. Well, thank you, Tracy Scott. I appreciate it. Okay, let's dig into it. So, if you've been living under a rock, this video is what led us all here.
My name is Edward Saraya, and I'm the owner of Home Helpers Home Care of Hanover, Maryland. I started out my career in the U.S. Navy. I served in our Navy as an aviator for about 20 years. After the Navy, I worked for a corporate job. During that time, I still keep close contact with many of my veteran friends so we can continue to support each other, even though we're no longer together in the military service. So one day I got a call from a friend of mine.
Okay. It's insane how much information this video gives. Some people were speculating that he's sending a message here. I saw a lot of that. I want to address that that narrative. It's possible, but I doubt it. I get a very genuine vibe from him here. He's literally just trying to be a businessman here. But he is giving away a lot of information about his past, and he's telling us about where his situation is now. In order to be doing what he's doing right now, he would basically still have to have connections to other veterans in good standing. In good standing. And we're talking about a guy that leaked national security information. So it tells us a lot about the situation. It tells us he wasn't really a spy. And it tells us that he's cut a deal and he's still in good standing with them. So he leaked something very dangerous, but people have forgiven him. So he made a mistake. He messed up. That's the vibe that I get from this. Now, one more thing before we start to dig into it is people say, are you putting him in danger? Are you putting him in danger? I already addressed this once, but I need to address it again. I'm not putting Edward Lin in danger. He posted this on YouTube. If you think if he felt like he was in danger or needed to be, like, the point of this is that he's not in hiding. At least he's not in hiding from the government. You don't make a video like this if you're in hiding from the government. So he's not afraid the government's going to come for him. And he made a deal with the government, so of course they're not going to take him out. So no, this doesn't put him in danger. Not from me, not from the government. But, you know, this puts him in danger of us finding the truth out. If you want to put it in that perspective. So, no, we're not putting Edward Lin in danger in any perspective. Because we realized, or I realized, that he struck a deal with them. I've speculated that from the beginning anyway. And this just confirms it. Just confirms it. Okay. So, yeah, I want to go ahead and say that I am accusing Edward Lin of leaking the MH370 videos. I am officially accusing Edward Lin of leaking these videos. And if he didn't leak these videos, he should reach out to me immediately. I've left messages on his work, his lawyer's cell phone, twice. I emailed his sister, his brother-in-law, him, his lawyer. So I am accusing Edward C. Lin of leaking these videos during the time he was with the VPU-2 Wizards U.S. Navy spy plane squadron. I don't have all the answers and the details. I can speculate as to quite a few, but I am locked in that he leaked this or like gave this to somebody. Basically, he gave this to the wrong person. The wrong person got this, and this got onto the internet. Either he put it on the internet directly, or somebody directly related to him did. Okay.
There it is, dude.
And I want to show the second video as well.
You know what I did?
He didn't just leak one video. There's two videos.
You guys want to know what I did? I actually contacted someone about this shit because, you know, I'm so deep into this shit. I believe in it so much. It's so interesting. It's so cool. And I don't know. I might be the only person in all of Sweden to actually know about this. Like I've been looking. Where am I going? I've been looking for stuff for people to talk to this shit about. But it's just not registering. It's just not landing in the mind domes of the people. Okay. But I reached out to a person, a Swedish TV personality who has a YouTube channel called Mind Gap, where she talks about UFOs and Göbekli Tepe and stuff like this. She's very into this stuff. Also very much, she has a pod about the soul and stuff like that, right? Very, very cool stuff. And I reached out to her, like, sort of manager who is helping her produce content for this YouTube channel. And he said, thank you for the tip. It's very interesting. We will look into it. But they are now looking for funding for the next set of videos that they are gonna do. So I did something. I tried something. It was just one email, you know. Threw away one email where I just said, you know, this is extremely fucking interesting. Please look into this. Basically, not like that, but something like that. And so yeah, that's dope. So, you know, just doing what I can here, doing what I can here to disclose stuff. You know, it's funny. I uploaded a couple of VODs to YouTube, and it's funny because I've uploaded some other stuff before, and it got like 200 views, whatever, on a BLC video. When we were doing some community tournament and I was hosting and streaming it. And those got like 200 views or whatever. But these videos, these VODs that I'm uploading now to YouTube, absolute zero. I mean, just absolutely zero views. No one watching, not even like. So I'm thinking I'm already shadow banned, right? It's only a reasonable explanation. No, but it's funny. Interesting. I'm seeing so much stuff. I'm so much into the fucking spirituality merging with technology, with AI and TikTok and everything. Not TikTok, but on Instagram, the same thing. And I'm starting to follow so many interesting people. I mean, it's just crazy how everything I'm following now is just a synchronicity, man. Absolutely synced out of my mind. You know. Earlier today I was debating to my friends about the direct energy weapons on 9/11, but they were not listening. They were not having it. What can I do? I tried. I can only lead them to the water, but I can't make them drink. Right? That's the whole thing. So I'm doing my best, but I mean it's not. I mean it is working. It's just gonna take some time. Do we kill Serena? Yeah, I think we kill her, right? Go get her. Wailing essence. You know what? I'm not doing that. I'm not doing anything that has to do with that cave. I've died in that cave before. I'm not dying there again, my guy. It's that one, right? Minus fortune and sacrifice manual. Get those things away from me, dude. Be gone. Be gone. Yeah. I'm thinking we go up here. And then we can do... This is all perfect, right? 19, 18... 21, that's him, arachnophobia, yeah. The deepmost eggs. I don't have the thing to pull up the deepmost eggs. Can I go there and do that? I don't know. Where are we? Here. Yeah, this one. We go for it. I broke my fucking nofap streak of I was at 6 days nofap and retention was insane. But then I smacked it. It wasn't. I regretted it instantly. But it's a good start, considering the goon lordness. Right. Let's keep watching it.
And I did give Edward Lynn also like a year and a half. So I want to keep in mind, Edward Lynn had like a year and a half to come forward or anything or message me. This isn't like a new thing that like I found out Edward Lynn was the guy and then I blew him up the next day. Like I was saying his name related to this case, but now we found all his information. We found out he's changed his name. In the last year, he's changed his name. Ever since I've been calling his name out, he changed his name. And so, yes, now's the time where it's obvious that he has a deal with the government. I would probably make a deal with the government too if I leaked this. I mean, look at what we're looking at here. This is unbelievable. This is the greatest footage of all time.
Yep.
This footage is going to break a lot of people's minds in this world, and it's going to change the world for the rest of us.
It's mine.
So the leaker of these videos is a hero. and it doesn't surprise me at all that they went to prison for 6 years. Like most people would say, you would imagine the leaker of these videos is not on the earth with us anymore, right? Because how could you let somebody leak something like this that's this huge? And that's what I'm saying. These videos are the most important videos ever. And here's the thing, or it's fake, but there's no story that makes any sense for it to be fake. Like, someone come up with a story.
Yeah, exactly. If it's fake, the conspiracy is just even bigger. Like, it gets silly. If they're fake, they must be faked from gray alien future humans from the future who realize that dude, did I solve it? The only way these videos are fake is if they were planted somehow online by gray alien humanoid beings from the future, which is what they are, to help push disclosure in this way. That's the only way. Okay. That's the only way. Solved it. Solving, merging everything.
Starting with who's the hoaxer? Who's the hoaxer?
Yeah. The gray alien.
I'll even let you say, like, generally who's the hoaxer, because
That's
I know you can't say, like, specifically who's the hoaxer. Trust me, I've tried. I've tried to play it out. There is no hoaxer in these videos. And then the more you look at the videos, the more details you find that
You know, it's interesting. I'm gonna... As soon as I got laid off from my workplace now, right? On my last day was February, Valentine's Day. A week ago. 8 days ago. And so much is happening in my life. The planets are aligning, blah, blah, blah. Everything is going on. I'm finally starting to love myself. Starting to come out of the purple haze goon swamp that I've been in for the last 25 years or whatever. Something like that. As soon as I start fucking like really loving myself, and you know, feeling like I've planted my roots so deeply in hell that there's nothing, there's no more room for me to plant my roots in hell. I was there with Satan, and Satan was like, Victor, what the fuck are you gonna take? Because he needs he needs to plant his weed and stuff. There, and I was like, no, I need to plant my roots here. But and so the Satan just said, you know what, Victor, I'm done with you. You have to go up to the surface now. You have to be the tree that goes to the skies, just straight up into the fucking firmament, dude. Right. So as soon as I started loving myself, I match with a girl that I know that I think is very, very attractive on Tinder, and then and I have a date with her. And things are looking up. I'm much more in the present moment. Right? And I'm feeling the energy. I'm feeling the vibes. And it's just the amount of synchronicities have just skyrocketed. I mean, it's insane how many synchronicities I'm experiencing at this point. Every time I scroll on social media or whatever, it's just a super interesting, super pointed, super concrete, super direct message for me to take in and learn from and grow from. Okay? I mean, it's just crazy. It's just crazy. Cool it is to be a human being right now. And to have dealt with my regrets, to have dealt with my past, and realize I don't have regrets anymore. Because I love myself now, and if you can learn to love yourself now, it solves everything. And it took me... It's taken me forever to do that. Right, I should have been here fucking killing Serena Bloodfeather and taking over Azeroth and getting top 500 in Marvel Rivals and just chilling, shooting the shit. Right? But I ain't been doing that. Why? Because I wasn't ready for it. That's it. And that's fine, because now I love myself and that solves everything. Solves everything in the moment. It's very, very interesting. I have no idea how I just was talking about this and then went on a complete rant, but keep going, Ashton. Okay?
Realize, like, just look at these, this slow-mo. You can even see the dark lines in front of the orbs. They've now, like, straightened out in this. You can see them straightened out if you look carefully.
Miguel Alcubierre.
You can see 3 of them, 3 distinct
Negative
lines.
energy propulsion.
The orb in the back, the line, dark line goes left and then up a little bit. This orb up on the top, actually the dark line goes down and to the left a little bit, And then this orb down in the bottom here, you can see the dark line goes down to the left of it as well a little bit. And it's very subtle because it's subtly changing the temperature, and this camera is very far away. Nobody ever, not even like the best sci-fi writers, could ever even have thought of this.
True.
Nobody could have.
Nope.
This wasn't like somebody randomly decided to do this.
It gets so
Everything
silly.
we're looking at
so
has
silly.
specific purpose. Yeah. Even what we're about to see right here. The orbs collapsing on the plane.
Yeah.
That, I mean, from a perspective of like, how do you make that? I mean, did you see that frame I just showed right here? You can even see the gravitational lensing. Right here, look at that. Did they fake gravitational lensing?
People
Look at the orbs.
It's so
look
hard.
at how they
You know,
flattened
it's so
out
hard,
right there.
Ashton.
They're flattened in
Like
just this.
nerds like me and Ashton, right? It's hard to accept that we are so unbelievably over target. We are so unbelievably far ahead. We've done so much fucking research. We are such insane next level nerds that it's hard. Like, if you lack conviction and if you lack confidence and self-esteem and all that, you're not gonna be able to put it out there and fucking raise the consciousness level of people so that we can actually use this energy, free energy, cold fusion, 0-point energy, ether, blah 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 blah. Right? I talked to my friends about this. They think I've lost the plot. They think I have lost the fucking plot, and I'm trying to convince them, guys, there is no plot, and that's the Matrix. And they're stuck in it, and I'm trying to get them out, but I can only do so much, right? I can only do the best for me, and project and manifest, and lead by example, and all that stuff, right? And not get angry, and not get bitter, and stuff like that. And find some pride in the fact that we actually solve this shit without being too cocky and with still having the possibility of that we're wrong, of course. But I mean, strong opinions weakly held. Okay, we have to commit to this shit. So I'm thinking, like, I'm gonna have a date with this girl again on Tuesday. That's gonna be nice. And I was talking actually to her about this, which is very interesting because she was very supportive of me trying to put myself out there. And I'm just constantly seeing more and more stuff on social media. I even know the books I want to read about this subject. Like I want to go deep into this, but I need discipline. I need to fix my fucking sleep schedule. What the fuck is wrong with my fucking brain? I can't sleep. Have you ever been so dialed in that you just can't sleep? I think about the fucking that meme from Cowboy Bebop, where he says, "I don't sleep anymore. I just dream." That's me, dude. It's also in some movie with Matthew McConaughey. They say the same thing. It's a complete. They just took it from there. They took it from Bebop. I don't know, some video. I don't sleep anymore. I just dream. How am I getting no sleep and feeling fine? What? It's never. Okay, I don't know if I'm feeling fine, but it's crazy. Like I went to sleep now at 10, and I woke up at 12. I slept for 2 hours, and I'm feeling like I don't know, dude. What the fuck is happening? I'm screaming into the fucking void. Ain't nobody fucking listening to this shit. Ain't nobody interested in this shit. How I need to talk to someone about this. Like I can just do my best. I can just, But I need if you're gonna get reach. I know digital libido, the attention economy, becoming a node in the network, blah blah blah. Speaking your mind, doing your best to put yourself out there, getting your house in perfect order, clean your room, but blah 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 blah. I've internalized it. I know it so, but I'm not acting upon it yet. I'm slowly gonna start acting on it now, dude. I have to. I'm worth it. I have to actually finally accept that I'm worth it. It's worth it. There is no such. I just want. That's the mindset I'm trying to get into is, just keep failing, right? That's the cool fucking billionaire Facebook mindset, right? Just fail for as long as you can. Fail as much as the more you fail, the more you win. There is no failure. There's only trying and doing, and there's the manifesting and believing in yourself. Right? I mean, it never stops. Did I get this question? Or? Have you killed them yet? No, I'm going. My cab, I'm gonna go kill them now. Okay? I will go kill them. You sit there. I will go kill them here. Yep. Keep going, Ashton. I'm ranting a bit. Like I said, I don't sleep. I just dream. Wait, where am I actually going? But is that? Did I not get that question? What the? No. Am I retarded? Yes. No. You're not supposed to say. You're not supposed to say bad things about yourself like that. Did I take? Avenge my village. Why is it bugged or? Slash reload. Is it quest? Do I have a questy thingy? Avenge my village. I have it. Okay, that's just bugged then. Okay. Still have war. Ooh, I have. Is it Onyxia up soon? I think. Onyxia's gonna drop. Onyxia's gonna drop, boys. Do we just run? How much time do we have? Oh, I wonder if I have time to run here. Do we try that? In 13 minutes, can I run here? Fly to Oregon. I don't have to fly to Oregon. I can fly to. No, I have to. Is it? Fuck. We try it. 13 minutes to run there. Or do I just turn back right now? Egg hunt. What? Bring silithid egg. Dingle. Is it? That's silithid egg. Deep moss egg. That's not the same. I don't know what to do. I'm running back. Fuck it. I really want that Onyxia buff. I hope I have the time right. 5 local time. 21. Which would be PM. Yeah. Checks out. I probably don't even have time to run here now. We try it. It's about. See, I'm just stalling. I'm just enjoying the process. You know. Keep going, Ashton.
It's one frame. Obviously, these videos are real. So the question always in my mind was who leaked the videos, and now we have the answer. It's this guy. This guy's the guy. I mean, I had the answer over a year ago, but here's the question. If this guy, yes, if that guy was not the leaker of the videos, what did he go to prison for 6 years for? It turns out his family, he's super connected. And we know that what he did was national security, but it wasn't spying. Everybody's admitted now it was not a spy situation. That guy you just saw there was not a spy. So what kind of huge mistakes could somebody make? Huge mistake. To go to prison for they got a 9-year sentence after a plea deal. After the plea deal. Normally after plea deals, you get lesser sentences. For some reason, his plea deal, he got 9 years. So what kind of major mistake could somebody have made that the government wouldn't want anybody to know about that is available on the internet? It's available on the internet. Those videos pretty much are the only things I can even imagine that check all the check boxes. Oh yeah, we wouldn't want these to be on the internet. Oh, it kind of implicates us in like disappearing a plane with some orb technology, right? You get it? So, let's get straight to the story of the plane. Now, instead of normally what I do is I will like kind of go through a bunch of information and blah, blah, blah. I'm just going to tell you my version of the story of the plane.
Tell me your story. Yeah,
I've got a nice little graphic thing. I haven't used it in a while, so for some of you, this will help out a lot to understand what I'm talking about.
Bringing out the graphics now.
Okay, in fact, I'm just going to pull up the whole screen here. So this plane takes off at 1642 UTC. 1642. It's better talking UTC terms so you can understand the timing differences. It's taking off from Kuala Lumpur. You see our little plane guy here? 1642. Now, 1721. Well, actually, 1719. So 40 minutes into this plane taking off is the last communication that is publicly available. This is important to point out. I don't know why people assume the government wouldn't hide communications, but it's possible there's communications that have never been released publicly. Just as good night, MH370, what have you. Completely normal message. 64 seconds later, so 1 minute later, the plane goes dark. But keep in mind, so right where we have the plane. So the plane just reached cruising altitude. It's been at cruising altitude for like 15 minutes. Plane goes dark. And when this plane goes dark, it also turns around at the same time. So plane goes dark, turns around, and it was only 1 minute after the last communication. So this is important because it pretty much rules out anybody else, like a hijacking scenario. Like, how do you turn the plane dark in that scenario? So what happened here was a fire event, an emergency event is what happened. That's what this would indicate. Like, if I just talk to somebody, I'm like, hey, I had a great night, just got some sushi, I'll talk to you later. Boom. And then less than 1 minute later, like, my body's on the ground or my apartment's dark or whatever. Like, I wouldn't think that, like, I'm the one that sabotaged myself. No. I'd be like, some type of emergency happened. So it was a fire. This was a fire related to the lithium-ion batteries. Mike McKay sees it. He's off the map on the right. He sees the plane on fire for a few seconds. And it turns out that due to the humidity and the temperature, the refraction would have allowed him to see the plane, even though normally it would be too far away from him to see it. Now, when the plane turns around here, it's a manual turn back. So this tells us that this is, don't worry guys, took care of that. This tells us that on this manual turn back here, he had control of the plane, and again supports the idea of an emergency event. You don't fly back to the nearest airport unless it's an emergency event. Also, the Minister of Defense, Malaysian Minister of Defense, said that they knew the plane was not hostile. You could only know that if you have communication. So this would indicate communications were potentially being classified, that they had more communications. They knew it was an emergency event. Now we're in conspiracy territory, cover-up territory. But the reality is, of course, there's a cover-up at play here. So this is the cover-up that began here, is that they knew it was an emergency event. Why did the plane not land? Why did the plane not land here in Penang? This is the big rub. And I'm ready to say that the fire made it basically impossible. The fire damaged the electronics bay, took the power out. How do we know that? Catherine T, about 20, I don't know, soon after this, is going to see the plane completely dark with no power. So they had no lights and smoke blocking the windshield of the cabin of the cockpit. So they can't see outside. It's not safe. So they get a communication on the radio from the U.S. Navy. They get a communication from the U.S. Navy, and it says, come to this rendezvous point. They get to this rendezvous point out here. Catherine T sees the plane before it gets to the rendezvous point. She sees the smoke coming out of the back of the plane. The communications have been covered up, but we know that it happened. Why? Because China Times reported a Mayday call intercepted between the U.S. Navy and MH370 of MH370 quote unquote disintegrating and attempting an emergency landing. This China Times report has been ignored in the Western media because it implicates the United States Navy. Now, Edward C. Lin was on an aircraft, an AWAC, a spy plane, either a P-8 Poseidon or an Ares E3 EP3 E3 Ares 2 Lockheed Martin
free PC giveaway.
spy plane. I don't know which ones they were using back then, but he was on a spy plane and they were tracking the plane. They might have been jamming the plane. They also could have been remote controlling the plane. So yes, everybody out there who thinks that you could remote control the plane, certainly possible. They could be connected to all this as well.
Certainly, most certainly.
Now at 1825 UTC, well, let's say 1822 UTC, the last communication between MH3 or the last radar ping, the military radars now at this point is what was tracking this plane. The last radar pot there for the military radar. Now, if you draw a straight line from this spot straight ahead from these radar pings where this plane was basically already headed, you will run into our coordinates. Very, very close to our coordinates in our video, satellite video. And you also fly right past Catherine T on her little boat down here as well. Okay? So that gives you a visual of what we're talking about. Now, from where you see right here, the mainstream narrative, literally there's only one piece of evidence that even disputes or even, I guess, extends upon this, is that they claim there's satellite pings. And these satellite pings, they say, well, these satellite pings show the plane flying south, down into the South Indian Ocean.
Speed, thank you for follow.
Okay, great.
Oh, wait,
Is there anything to support those satellite pings?
Thank you very much for the follow, my friend. I appreciate it very much.
No.
May I ask you how you came across the stream or something like that, maybe? Or how did you find my little corner here of the internet where I'm sitting here? Trying to figure out what happened. Waiting for Onyxia Buff solving the MH370 case with my boy Ashton Forbes here. I mean, it's just what we do, right? Just esoteric gaming for geniuses. I mean, it's, what can I say, you know? It's a good time. It's a good time to be alive. Are you a bot? Are you a human being? Let's figure it out. Appreciate the follow either way.
What are you looking for?
Excuse me.
Victory.
Spread buffs. Ooh. There it is. Fresh only, dude. Buff me. Ain't nobody buff.
Blood and
Do we go straight away or do we wait for Ren also? Is it gonna be Ren? Ren buffs. No. Doesn't say so here.
Low
Let's just leave.
Go for
Come on.
Literally nothing. No witnesses. They found nothing down there. They didn't hear any pings from the black boxes. They didn't even find one piece of debris down there. They found nothing. Literally nothing where the satellite pings indicate. So when you think about this and you look at it, you go, well, wait. Then logically, the satellite pings are probably just bullshit. And what really happened is what we see in the videos and then everything up until what I just described to you right there. So then where you see this plane here, 20 minutes after the last military radar is when our videos come back into play. That's when you're seeing the plane right here. You can actually just see the coordinates in the bottom left. You see those coordinates down there? Here, let me take this off for you. Look at those coordinates down there in the bottom left. I mean, how are people even disputing this is real? You think somebody made up a fake coordinate system thing and they added it down there and they made it accurate for when the
Ashton,
screen
if it's
changed?
future grey humans who planted it here, yes, then it's possible. You see, they believe in the future human grey aliens, but we just think it's us. That's the approach we need to take now.
Just gotta be out your mind to think that somebody faked all this.
You gotta be out of your mind. But not really. Actually, it's just, my God, it's just that you and me and all the dudes in the community, we are so over target from the normal human being who's out there working a fake job to pay fake taxes, to pay fake stuff they don't need. You know. It's a spiritual journey to get to this. So we can't just go like, you're gonna be crazy if you don't believe this. People aren't as obsessed with the truth as you and me, dude. We are free. We are truly the ambassadors who's gonna bring in the new world, dude. We are the worst generation. We are captains of the new generation. And they're gonna have to come. We are just gonna have to lead by example, and just blast straight past them. And then they will have to catch up when they can. That's how over target we are with this shit. You know? And it's hard to accept, and it's hard to imagine that also, and all that stuff, but people aren't nerdy enough to see that this is real. I remember first time I saw this shit on the Reddit, when, like back when it really first came out. Like way before you started digging into it, I was like, this looks way too real. Like what the, like, even back then. And then I can't believe you actually fucking solved it with you and the boys. Crazy, man. This is the coolest thing going on in the world right now, and it's not even close. It ain't even remotely close, my guys. What is more interesting than this? What is more all-encompassing? What has more twists and turns and fucking work and investigative thriller action? Holy shit. Holy shit. Am I copying? Is it fake? Are they fake? Get the fuck out. They're not fake. I have to believe. I'm on the absolute fucking brink. I am on the absolute fucking brink here, dude. Ain't nobody else, like, yeah.
For the record, there's one person who was a debunker and then decided to pretend to start faking they made this. And when I listened to their excuse on what they claimed on why they would have made this, it was obviously made up. They claimed that they made it to put it in the background on some TV commercial or something. Like it was going to be on a TV in the background of a scene. You're like, are you kidding me, dude? You aren't making this video. You aren't making this video. To put it on a TV in the background of some scene, dude, you would just grab some stock footage. You don't need that. Oh my God. Okay. So anyway, this is where we're seeing this. And then this video here, this video is just egregious, chat. Chat, this video, full screen. This video is straight up egregious. Why were they filming this?
I want Aggie, right?
What were they thinking recording this, bro?
Yeah, exactly.
What were they thinking recording this? They were like, hey, let's get a drone and record this in thermal while we're going to teleport the plane with our with our magic orbs.
Yeah.
They spin around. And by the way, the spinning here, the spinning is probably how they're able to...
They really wanted to fake it.
To propel themselves.
It was easy for them to fake it in just a few months. Back in 2014, it was easy for them to fake it, of course. No, they made it easy to fake. It's easy to fake that. To have everything like... it's like how I say when I talk to my boys about the pyramids, right? Everything is connected, right? I'm merging everything, solving everything, connecting every dot. When I talk about to my friends who still think, oh, it's some kind of a tomb, like just full Mr. Beast mode psyop, right? Completely out of it, not interested in the truth at all, for 1 second. Completely old world stuff, old earth stuff. When I talk to them, and they say, and I say to them, and they say, well, it's probably a tomb or something like that. They say, no, they don't even say probably. It's a tomb. They will say, like, oh, it's a tomb. I heard it was a tomb. It's a tomb. Well, it's funny that they just also, as they were building that tomb, they just also happened to build a machine that's capable of harnessing the power of lightning, and then turn that into a chemical processing plant. The whole fucking Giza plateau and everything connected to it, right? They just had that's a big whoa. We were just gonna build a tomb, but we happened to build a machine that can make fucking industrial grade level fertilizer and ammonium and sulfur and all the shit. The land of chem shit. The land of chem shit is the truth shit. But no, people are gonna go with fucking Mr. Beast, dude. People are going to go with Mr. Beast, but he's out there corrupting the youth. Mr. Beast is corrupting the youth. He was supposed to be one of the good ones. No, he wasn't. It was bad from the start. Let's be honest. It's not good. But it's sad. You know, it's not like. And so the truth movement, disclosure movement, authenticity advocate movement. We are in the minority, but that's just fine. We imagine that. Like, here's the thing, right? The poles, the magnetic poles are gonna flip in like 5-7 years or whatever. They're gonna blame it on the meteor that's coming. We know that. It's complete horseshit. It's not gonna work. Do I go here or here? I'll go here now. And then we go down here and do this with this. Yeah. I got the knife here. And then, what was I talking about? The pyramids, Mr. Beast, Psyop, MH370, cold fusion plasma scientist. Yeah. And that's that. And that's final. Which one do I don't want that, but I want that. But I want the dagger in my hand, and not in my hand, it's main hand, and that's one hand, and I'll take that there then. Right? And so when people say this shit is fake, you know, smart dudes like me, gamers like you and me, tuned in, dialed in, looked in, right? But they will look at this and they will laugh and they are sure it's fake before they. And that's another thing. You can lead the horse to water, but you can't make that fucker drink, man. I'm trying to make this fucker drink. I'm trying to jam their head down and drink this shit. Drink the Kool-Aid. But it's an absolute leap. It's a techno-spiritual leap of absolute faith and trust and information that you need to take into your fucking quantum computer mind. Right? Nobody has a fucking shirt from fucking that they got from their boy, Pylons and Probes, from IEM CES in Cologne, Germany in like 2011. And they wore it when they became the back-to-back greatest Bloodline Champion player of all time. It's not even remotely close. It's not even remotely close. I wore it in the arena in Kiev. And I won that shit. I wore it at DreamHack. And I won that shit. And it's like, ain't nobody that... it's an impossible level of dialed in-ness. Right? So it's like you are gonna come to me. You are gonna come to me and say that I'm wrong when I'm only interested in the fucking truth. And I can clearly see with my fucking insanely dialed in eyes, and my boy Ashton Forbes has done the fucking work.
See how that's heat signature?
Do you see the heat? How is that? You are not being serious. Wear your fucking heart on your sleeve. This shit is real, ladies and gentlemen. Get in with the fucking program. Welcome to the new Earth. Can we raise the consciousness level so we can use this fucking technology, please? Thank you.
Signature kind of spins around on the orbs.
Are you seeing it?
You can even see the smoke coming out of the
look.
plane there. Like,
Please pay attention.
for the people that like want to say that the story I just told you is fake, like, okay, just explain why I'm looking at like clearly a hot smoke coming out of the belly of the plane here. No excuses, no nonsense. Like, clearly that's smoke coming out of the belly of the plane.
Tell me.
You can even see it wrap around the hull of the plane and then kind of like go up a little bit. Like, this is where I'm like, what are you guys talking about? Like, no one's faking that. Also, nobody's ever faking a thermal video. I've never seen somebody fake a video in thermal gradient before.
And then have
It's
the
like,
perfect
this isn't like a
satellite
Scanner
video, perfect
Darkly. I don't know if
usage
you've
also.
seen that movie.
What the fuck?
This ain't a
Get the fuck out.
Scanner Darkly, man. And this isn't like Halo or like Unreal Engine. Like, if you think this is like some kind of video game thing like that, you are like living in another reality, man.
This is
Like, look at the
here.
clouds in the background. Those are real
This is
clouds.
fake. This is fake.
Those are real clouds and
That's real.
thermal that you see in the background. Like right there, that cloud you see in the background there. This ain't Halo, bro. This isn't Unreal Engine. My God. So the orbs converging here is the other detail. Just no way, man. Because the orbs converging has specific scientific purpose. It's Coulomb's law. It's increasing the force. Now, why can it just teleport or disintegrate? Well, that basically comes down to the fact that our whole reality is basically one big lie. We've been getting
Hey,
lied
take
to
that.
at the highest possible
Take
levels,
that.
and those videos are the ultimate, undeniable. Those videos get proven real. Where everything's a lie. They basically are just spoon feeding us technology. We're like dumb little. We're basically like the cattle are.
Yep.
You know the Far Side comic where the cattle are standing up, chat, and he's going, "Hey guys, this is a big conspiracy. We're being fed so that we're gonna get eaten, blah blah blah." And they go, "Oh, look at Fred, believing the conspiracy again." That's basically what we are. And I'm the cow in the front trying to explain, like, hey, this is all big game. Like, you're complaining about like climate change, like somebody on this planet has
Can
technology.
someone call guys when Greta Thunberg was here for the European what the fuck is the fucking dumb as fuck shit, the singing contest, the European Song Contest. She was here, and I was close to making a fucking placard with the fucking facts, telling her, "Can you please? But you have the Greta, you have the possibility to bring this in. Who can someone clue in Greta Thunberg, please? Can someone get Greta Thunberg on the line and say, hello, Greta Thunberg, please? Do you know that we have free energy technology? We've had it for a long time, and we have a lot of other fun shit also." She's not gonna get that, dude. Unlucky. Fairy tales of eternal economic growth. Huh? Would that be good? Is that good to have that? I think it would be good to have that. It would be nice to have that. Let's kill some towers here real quick.
Technology that like renders climate change like completely obsolete. Like, do you understand that's the level of psyop or whatever you want to call it
Do you understand? They don't understand
that we're
anything.
under right now? Spell, brainwashing,
Yeah.
call it whatever you want to call it. That's what's going on right now. And the MH370 videos are the Rosetta Stone, the ultimate key, the skeleton key, whatever you want to call it, man. It's the way to prove all of it. It's the way to prove all of it. Now, Edward Lynn had to be on a spy plane that night. He had to be one of the guys on the spy plane. It's the only thing that makes sense given his weird story and the secrecy around his story. Like, let's say he leaked like nuclear codes, right? Think of like the biggest thing that he could have leaked. He tells some Taiwanese hooker, this is all made up. Edward Lynn, you can't sue me for this part. You can sue me for the other stuff where I'm blaming you for MH370. You can't sue me for what I'm about to say right now. Disclaimer, this is made up. Let's say, hypothetically, he had nuclear codes. This would be the worst thing. And he tells some Taiwanese hooker about the nuclear codes. Okay? Is he gonna get 6 years for that? No, because the Taiwanese hooker is gonna forget the nuclear codes immediately, and they'll just change the codes. Who cares? Okay, you told some hooker codes because you just wanted to impress her. Those codes were probably obsolete anyway, right? But my point being, even something like that big wouldn't be a big deal. It would have to be something documented. It has to be documents. It has to be something tangible, hard evidence he had to have leaked. That's the only reason why you're coming after somebody for 6 years or for 9 years, however you look at it. So let me run down real quick for the people who are not familiar. The Edward C. Lin connection. I can just do it from memory. I'll probably go to some things here. And then, you know what? Let's do a couple super chats here real quick. Let's get ahead of these. I already got that one. Thank you again, Tracy. IF, thank you very much. He is reaching out indirectly. No, I don't think it's an indirect reach out. I think if he just wanted to reach out, he'd just reach out. I think he'd just reach out. I don't know why he wouldn't just reach out at this point. His lawyer said he would ask Eddie. This is BS. Yeah, no. His lawyer also said that the feds brought satellite evidence into the case. So, according to the one person who actually got in touch with the lawyer and, like, confirmed, played the voicemail to us that, like, 100% is a lawyer. I heard the one that has his phone number in it, unedited, and I confirmed it's him. According to that person, the feds brought satellite video evidence into the case. So this is huge, because no matter what happened at this point, we can legitimately and ask Edward C. Lin's lawyer, Larry Youngner, if it's true that the feds brought satellite video into the case. Because there's a guy that confirmed talked to Larry Youngner that said he said that. So we just need to confirm that information. If we confirm that there was satellite video in the case of Edward C. Lin, I mean, that should already be game over whether or not he says anything after that. I just needed to be able to connect him to those videos directly, and the overall evidence I think is quite compelling. So let's go through some more of that. Actually, no, there's a couple more super chats. Sorry, I lied. Trump pushing dude. Yes, this is actually legit true. Based super chat here from Tyling. Trump pushing denuclearization because it's outdated. Exactly. Nukes, dude. Imagine thinking that we need nukes. You have to be so primitive to think that a nuke is like the best you can do. Oh my God!
No,
it's not
still
even
the
a
50s.
smart
It's still
weapon
a
to use either.
They did nothing since the Manhattan
Like,
Project.
I'm just gonna use
absolutely
Big
not.
Bang.
We have
Big
nukes.
Bang.
Yeah, perfect. No, they haven't been working on this like they're trying to control the fucking world. Like a bunch of fucking psychopathic dudes like myself. That's the thing. It's not a stretch for me to imagine this. That's the thing. Like, can we get real for a second? It's not a stretch to imagine that if you are a sick fucking plasma scientist, propulsion scientist, sick fucking theoretical physicist, experimental physicist, blah 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 blue, engineer dude, you're gonna want that fucking money and have the get that unlimited tax. What the fuck is? Get that taxpayer money swindled from the fucking trillions in debt. You guys are trillions in debt over there, dude. Where do you fucking think that money's going? Swindled, dude. Completely fucking swindled. With that shit. And it makes so much sense. Like once you get that full picture, it makes so much more sense. Like what the fuck is going on in the world? Some people literally think they made nukes and then they stopped trying to control the fucking world. With everything that's going on, have you ever read one CIA document in your entire fucking life? I asked this to my friends. They haven't. They're not interested. They're not interested. They're right. And if you're not interested, nothing is gonna happen for you. You have to come to it yourself. But now it's different. Now things are happening at such an insane pace. We need to keep up. How the fuck am I supposed to get up? Need a tin vein right here. Let's go. Right?
Boom! Yay, solve problem that way. Like, no, if you're smart, you're using like psychological operations and things like that. You're like messing with people's minds. You're incepting them, like you're doing, you know, Christopher Nolan stuff. Incepting them for sure. If I was in charge of the government, we would have like a whole branch just of the whole point would just be to incept people with different ideas. It would be very successful. Probably the most successful branch of government, which is not hard to pull off. Black box. The fire would have to be in front or inside the cockpit for the smoke to be blocking the view. Yeah. How would the smoke be blocking the view from a plane going? That doesn't make any sense to me. Yeah, so I don't think... I think you're imagining the smoke coming out of the plane and then back in front of the plane. No, it's not going to do that. The smoke is going to be circulating around through the plane and potentially, if it's in the forward cargo bay, going up right through the... There's like a maintenance thing there where you can go through and coming up into the passenger. Now, if you doubt what I mentioned about the smoke, check out UPS Flight 6. UPS Flight 6. Google that right now. And you will see that it had a very similar battery fire situation related to what I just mentioned. So that's the reason why I'm going with that part of the story. Now, does my story have to be 100% true and accurate? No, I'm going with my opinion of what happened based on the evidence that's out there. Partially my gut feeling based on all the evidence that I pulled forth and the investigation overall and the way people are reacting, but that's the story that I think makes the most sense. And I'm happy for people to come to their own versions of their stories. I mean, this was never about monopolizing what happened to the plane. One last super chat. Sorry, Jonathan Zarimba. I hope I'm not butchering that. Any chance we could do a 4-orb special on analyzing the Dave Rossi Jesse Michaels interview? Yeah, I was thinking about that. Dave dropped substance, and if Ed Lynn stays quiet, we might as well leave it all on the table. Yes. And this is a good super chat for the last one, which is, yes, I'm kind of on a conspiracy kick right now because, like, we're right over the top of Ed Lynn. And it's kind of fun to think about who all knows about this. Like, a lot of people know about what happened to this plane. And a lot of people know those videos are real. And that actually makes sense, too. It makes sense why I was treated by certain podcasters. It makes sense why the UFO community is such a shit show and why the people at the top are always talking about national security. And it also makes sense on why a huge number of people refuse to talk to me or mention my name or talk about the videos ever or issue any statement about the videos ever at all. Because a lot of them either know the videos are real or they suspect the videos are real and they don't want to get caught down saying something that that'll make them look bad in the future. It's a smart play. It makes sense. If you suspect something's real or you know something's real, and if you were to come out and make a public statement that's fake and in the future were to come out to be real, your credibility is shot forever. Right? It's shot forever. Especially on something this big. Like, what, you missed the boat on free energy? You thought free energy was fake? And now you want to be an advocate for free energy? Yeah, get out of here. Right?
But can we not be nice here, though? It's not like you get one chance and then you have to, right? You should at least admit it, though, I guess. Like, yeah, I got it wrong, but hey, you convinced me. Like, we right? We need to be friends here. There's no reason to be like, oh, well, you were wrong, so now you cannot want to be part of the free energy disclosure team. Right? I'm way too much of a softy, non-confrontational Swede to take that. Actually, you're such an American dude. You're such a vengeful Dexter's Lab nerd. We gotta we gotta chill with that. The mission is more important than some this and that, you said you were wrong about this, and I said that, and you were wrong and when I was right, and you didn't listen, and stuff like that, right? Skip that shit.
So it does kind
But
of
at the
make
same
sense
time, I
in
mean,
terms of.
I guess I see your point, you know, like you want to come in now when you've been doing the groundwork and reap the rewards. Like, yeah, I hear you on that, right?
Of why. Now, yes, I am planning on switching back and doing some science stuff probably as early as next week, but it depends.
Nice.
Just depends, guys.
How may I aid you?
And yes, sorry to put this one up 3 times, but I think one of those is probably going to be Dave Rossi, Jesse Michaels, but I want to
Nice.
narrow it
I've
down
already
to
seen it,
just,
of course, but
I want to
we'll
not
have to
focus
go
too
over
much
it
on the
again.
blue alien download stuff and more on the scalar physics, wormhole, negative energy.
Did you see Alien Scientist? He went in on him, dude. Alien Scientist says that Dave Rossi learned all that stuff from him and the APAC and whatever, like the crew. I don't know. The blue plasma being giving him the physics. That's a stretch even for me, and I've done a lot of fucking drugs, right? And that's a stretch for me. But hey, man, what the fuck? And it's also like all of these guys, every single one of the guys that have signed something is compromised, and it's boring. To like, you know, it gets boring like that. Freedom over everything, right? Like when Danny Jones said he would sign away he would sign a deal for $1 million. Are you not? Do you need to put one ad every 15 minutes instead in your podcast episode videos? Maybe then you can do that instead of taking $1 million and signing away your fucking freedom and your fucking soul, and right? Dr. Stephen Greer said no to $2 billion. He said no to $2 billion, dude. And you're gonna come in here and lower yourself to 1 milli. You can't do that, my guy.
There are a lot of really, really good things that were mentioned in there. So, okay.
Come out.
Woo! General Flynn. Hello, Elon Musk, says Regina.
Bring it.
Now, in terms of the case of
Bring it away.
Edward Lynn,
dead.
how did I find Edward Lynn? Sit back, chat.
Sit the fuck back.
Buckle up and ready
Buckle the fuck up,
for a
chat.
great story.
Story
The story of how Ashton Forbes found Edward Lynn
Let's go.
drinking all of martinis. Let's pretend like this is a martini. And somehow did the impossible, which is, at the time, everyone was saying, you know, what is the chain of custody for this video? What is the chain of custody? Everyone kept saying to me, as if they knew I would never be able to prove the chain of custody.
Prove them
And I
wrong.
went, well,
Let's
huh,
fucking go.
you know what? I might be able to figure that out. So gather round
Manifested
for
that
the
shit. didn't you,
amazing
huh?
story
You know how to manifest.
of how
that shit.
Ashton Forbes figured out who the leaker was of the most important and incredible videos of all time. Cheers.
Cheers, my guy.
Okay, so the U.S. Navy orbed this plane. We know that. We were looking at the videos. We know the videos are real. We can see citric sessions and all these weird details. Can't be fake. Well, if that's the case, we can tell pretty much who the person is that leaked them, at least the type of person that leaked them. Was it a Chinese spy? Was it an Iranian spy? Or was it U.S. military? It was the U.S. military. How do we know that? Well, first of all, they're not recording it with a camera. They're not recording it with a camera. And yes, for the smart people out there going, wait, is this camera red? Is this phone red now? Yes, maybe I have a burner, maybe I don't. Maybe you'll wonder about that for the rest of your lives. They weren't recording with a camera, which means this was a U.S. military personnel. And this was somebody who knew they were going to get caught. This was somebody accessing the system directly that had access. And they weren't harming national security. You say that's kind of weird because aren't you saying that Edward Lin got 6 years for harming national security? Well, what did Edward Lin think when he was looking at those videos, when he was on the spy plane? What did he think he was looking at when he saw that? 99.9% of people that I show those videos to, first reaction is, are you trying to tell me aliens zapped the plane? So what if Edward Lin thought that it was aliens zapping the plane? And he realizes, well, I'm on some secret operation. The world will never know. That was a civilian airliner. He can recognize a Boeing 777. He's a very intelligent guy, intelligent operator.
Obviously.
He can recognize a Boeing 777, so he realizes, oh, well, that's the plane that zaps away. So he leaks the video that way. So we have a good perspective of like, this must be a military person, must be U.S. personnel, very unlikely to be Chinese or any other spy, because if it's a spy, why are they leaking it on the internet? If I'm a spy and I steal some information, I don't leak it on the internet. Unless there's a tactical advantage for me to do so, I steal it and I bring it back home and I hide it back with my people. And I keep that information and use that information as a weapon. So when you see something that's like leak out, usually it means it's coming from the source. The source is leaking this out. So whoever leaked this must be a U.S. personnel. Now it's also over the water. We can tell from the satellite video, and there's no buildings in the background or anything. This is over the water. This is over the water. So U.S. Navy, right off the bat, right? Over the water. So we're thinking U.S. Navy might be responsible. Well, it turns out China and Russia both pointed the finger at the U.S. Navy. China said that intercepted communication was intercepted from the U.S. Navy. They're saying that the U.S. Navy was talking to MH370. That's pointing the finger at the U.S. Navy. Russia said that they didn't understand why the U.S. Navy basically abducted the plane. Took the plane and navigated it to Diego Garcia. That's what Russia said.
That's crazy. They nailed it.
So the first thing you might ask yourself is, well, okay, it's a U.S. personnel. How do you charge somebody who's U.S. personnel? Well, usually a court-martial, right? You court-martial them. It turns out, unless you're under martial law, which we're not, sorry, Drumpf haters out there, we're not under martial law. Orange Man hasn't actually put martial law into place. That's a joke. It's a bad one because it doesn't even work, but you get the point. The information has to be publicly available. You can't hide the case against somebody, even in a situation where like it's free energy technology on the line. And that's the big rub. That's when I realized, oh wow, whoever leaked these videos, if the government went after them, it's publicly available. There's a case out there somewhere around it. And again, this was 10 years ago at the time, 11 now. So there has to be a record of it. I should be able to find the record of it. And so I started going searching. And I'm not going to lie to you, chat. Searching sucked ass. You know how hard it is to search for somebody you have no idea? I'm just sitting there thinking, like, I have no clue.
Talk about doing the fucking work.
It could be fucking anybody.
That's
I was even thinking it could be somebody like in intelligence in the NSA too. Like, it doesn't even necessarily have to be Navy. A lot of people could have touched the video. How do I even know where it could be coming from, right? So I basically have, it's your needle in a haystack. I realized some tactics though. 2 tactics in specifically. One, Wikipedia actually does have lists of people who've been court-martialed or charged with like serious offenses. And it doesn't happen that often. But the way they have it set up is they have like, it's like Marines versus Army versus Navy. So you have to go through, I went through each list one at a time. So it took several weeks to go through all of the various lists. I didn't have to go through that many, I don't know, several dozen. And most you can rule out right away when you just look at the charge. And a lot actually tell you what it was that they were, what they did. Because I was wondering, was it rare for them to like hide what it is that they did. Yes, it is actually very rare. Most of the time, they'll at least give you a general idea of what the person is that leaked when it's something that they're charging them. They're gonna like charge them with classified, willful retention of classified information. In some cases, they'll even be like, China paid them $15,000 for satellite data or whatever. You're like, really? Okay, so what are they hiding about Edward C. Lin? Okay, so anyway, so I knew almost right away when I found him. It was crazy how fast, because I had gone through so many, and a lot of names you would recognize too. I checked the famous people first, because I thought, well, maybe they're a famous person. It was none of the famous people. Honestly, after it was none of the famous people, I almost lost hope. That was after like the first week. I almost lost hope, because I'm thinking, there's no way I'm going to find some random unknown nobody and be able to connect them to these videos.
Right.
I was like, there's no way in hell.
I can't believe you did that.
I didn't even know what I
That's
was looking
crazy.
for. I was like, there's just no way.
Pretty
And then when you
surprising.
find Edward C. Lin, the second big clue was to narrow down the window. So I switched from looking at like just all time from like 2014 to now. I scrunched it down and I said, I only want to look for 2 years after the plane disappeared to 2016.
Smart.
So I changed the search ranges because I wanted to, I assumed that if somebody leaked these, they had to be caught right away. And they're probably not going to get charged right away, because usually in criminal trials, you try to like build the case up, and that takes months and months and months and months and months, and then you arrest the person. So even if they caught him right away leaking this video, that's not enough. They have to try to build intent. You have to try to build a case against them, figure out, have they been leaking other stuff? Is this the only thing they've been leaking? So you would wait months and months and months and months and months and months, and then you would arrest them. And you also don't want to arrest them too quick. Because if you arrest them too quick, then people are going to connect it to the plane disappearing, right? So then I found Edward Lin. And when I found Edward Lin, I actually couldn't even believe it. He
You
checked
manifested
every
into
box right
reality.
away. And I knew within seconds when I started reading signals intelligence, spy planes, I started dates. I couldn't believe the dates. Because, like, I'm just looking for a random person. You're thinking there's no way there's going to be evidence that can link him to the plane, that can link him to MH370. But there is. He got assigned a super secret spy plane program to VPU-2 Wizards February 2014, right before the plane disappeared. He gets assigned to a super secret squadron that does black operations for only the people they trust the most. And he had been exposed to the Navy's black program portfolio, basically the black projects of the Navy. He had been exposed to it because he was the liaison to Congress in 2012 through 2014, up until that point. Pretty wild. So the next thing that was huge, the next two huge pieces, where not only at that point I'm like, wow, okay, well, ooh, this is pretty crazy, but can there actually be more evidence that connects him to the plane? There's a shit ton more. I'll just go through the strongest evidence. He got caught with flight manifests. I believe it was May of 2014. He stole flight manifests that had search and rescue code names on them. What? What kind of flight manifests would you get caught with that they're charging you over that you stole that have search and rescue code names when you're an aviator on a spy plane? In 2014, before MH17. This was before MH17. So you can't even say it's for, like, you know, the MH17. There's only one thing, MH370. MH370 is the only incident that could be connected to. The flight manifests potentially connect him directly to MH370. Those flight manifests could be the literal flight manifest from when he was on the search that night, when he was on the operation that night. I can't imagine why would you give a shit about some flight manifests? Who cares about you stole some flight manifests, so what? It's probably just a cool memento. Oh, because it's an operation against Malaysian Airlines Flight 370, and it sort of implicates that the U.S. Navy zapped the plane out of the sky. Imagine if the flight manifest says, March 8th, 2014, VPU-2 Wizards, Operation Teleportation, whatever. I don't know. I'm not very creative, chat. So, I mean, how could I have even asked? I could never have dreamt for better evidence to link somebody to MH370 than that. That was publicly available. And this is another thing I want to point out too. One person asked today, could this be a long con? That's part of the beauty. I'm sort of glad that I didn't get involved in this and find out about all this until 2023. Because now all this evidence was out there, and there's no way to claim that like this was all a big setup or that I set this up. No, man, I've been doing a normal life. I never knew about any of this shit. I didn't know about any fucking orbs or anything like that until 2023. Before I saw these videos, I didn't have any clue any of this type of stuff could be possible. And that makes it more beautiful because now you can look back at all this other evidence that everybody kind of has their biases about it.
Yeah, like I said, I've been following this since he was on Danny Jones. And when I saw Danny Jones not connect the dots, when he literally thought that the corridor crew or whatever, like the video effects shit, and it's a perfect match. I started thinking like, wait, do we just see what we want to see at this point? Because if you think that's a perfect match, then there's nothing I can say that will change your mind. You're just gonna you literally just don't see the same pixels I'm seeing in that case. It's crazy. And then when I saw the comments on that video where they were just every single one of them in Ashton's favor, I'm like, wait, what the fuck is going on here? And then I've been following Ashton since then, and it's flawless. It's waterproof. There is no chinks in the armor. There's no Achilles heel. It's such a complete work of just, yeah, sick fucking nerdballing straight out, like.
And look at back in totality and kind of look at it from a fresh perspective and go, what does the story really tell here? What does this story really tell? It also adds a lot more credibility to how I'm investigating it, because looking at it from this fresh perspective, as I think a lot of you will agree, is very illuminating. It's very illuminating, especially when you look at it from a transparent perspective and you don't just throw away evidence because you don't like it. Like, oh no, that's Russian disinformation. That's Chinese disinformation. China literally hacked the Malaysian government. I don't know why this doesn't get talked about more. China hacked the Malaysian government, the transportation ministry, and stole classified information about MH370 the next day. The next day. I mean, that tells you, the guys, for the people who think China did something to MH370, sorry, that just rules them out. They're the victims, unfortunately. I would be happy to blame China. I'm a patriotic American. I'm throwing my biases on the table. But I would love to blame China or Iran. It just doesn't seem to be the case. Okay. The other big piece of evidence, the strongest piece of, if you can believe this, we haven't even gotten to the strongest piece of evidence yet. So when people are trying to say these videos are fake, I'm like, are you kidding me, man? I'm like, I'm about to tell you something about the leaker who's ghosting me right now. And that's that his lawyer, Larry D. Youngner, the same lawyer that just last weekend Saturday, whatever day that was, told somebody that the feds brought satellite video evidence into the case. That same guy that said that. We have news articles. You can find them out there. Couldn't believe it when I found it. Larry Youngner was saying that the classified information in question against being used against Edward Lynn is available on the internet. It's available on the internet. That's a really crazy thing for the defense attorney lawyer to just say officially on the record to media. It's available on the internet, and the government responded. The government responded, and the government said just because it's available on the internet doesn't make it that it's not, that you didn't do something wrong, that it's not classified or whatever. What? What could be on the internet? Show me something on the internet that tells a story of why a guy should go to prison for 6 years. That's connected. That's after them doing favors for him. He's going to prison for 6 years. That could explain that. The only thing is the videos. It's the only thing on the internet. What else could it be? It's those videos right there. And it's 2 videos that are clearly both U.S. military. You can see the General Atomics drone in the drone video. You can just see it. The General Atomics drone. Those are U.S. military drones. And 2 videos from 2 completely different angles. The plane's here, right? So some people get confused on the perspectives. The reason why the perspectives are weird because you're looking from 2 completely different angles. And you can line up the videos and they're in perfect synchronization. I mean, come on, guys. Obviously, that man leaked those videos. So, let me do a couple more super chats because you guys have been going buck wild. And I want to thank Awake Not Woke. Huge donation. Thank you. Truth tellers have a habit of getting orbed. Use some of that super chat money for personal security. The kind that doesn't mysteriously vanish into thin air. Praying for wisdom and protection. Thank you very much for that super chat. I appreciate it. And I thank you, everybody who's concerned for my security. You know what? I don't even mind being a martyr. I don't even mind it, chat. I'm kind of fed up with how fake everything is anyway, so...
Dude, that's crazy. That's crazy how I'm feeling the same, I mean, even though we're sitting here with 0 viewers, right? Like, I want that big fucking quest. Like right? Because, let's face it, I have died and been born again, right? If you die before you die, you won't die when you die. I've been so happy with life. So satisfied. That's like, just bring it. How did the hangout go? Oh, Gabe, it went very, very well. Sorry, I didn't see you, dude. Bro, what is this? This is this is true disclosure right there. This is my boy Ashton Forbes, right? He figured out that the MH370 videos are real. So that's pretty dope. Your room freaks me out. What do you mean? Who is this dipshit on the right? This man might be the most important motherfucker of our generation. If you ask me, maybe I'm wrong, you know, but that's literally what I think. Like the work he's done with this is absolutely fucking incredible. You're probably like, there's probably not even. It's hard to like say this in one go to someone who doesn't know what the fuck is up. But yeah, that's what I'm thinking. And if you don't know anything about the case, then it's rough, you know. You're 14, yeah. You're in early then, let me tell you that. You got in early. Like, I can show you the videos if you want. The videos in question. Wait, I'm 22. What the fuck? Exposing the deep state, exposing free energy technology, teleportation technology, maybe 0-point energy, cold fusion, plasma, whatever the fuck. All that stuff. I don't know how that sounds to a 14-year-old, to be honest. That might not be the easiest thing to take in, but here they are. I can show you the videos here.
Look at those coordinates down there in the bottom left. I mean, how are people even disputing this is real? You think somebody made up a fake coordinate system thing and they added it down there and they made it accurate for when the screen changes? Gotta be out your mind to think that somebody faked all this.
That's a real video you're watching, dude.
For the record, there's one person who was a debunker and then decided to pretend to start faking they made this. And when I listened to their excuse on what they claimed on why they would have made this, it was obviously made up.
Here, you're gonna see
They
it.
claimed that they made it to put it in the
Really?
background on some TV commercial or something. Like it was going to be on a
2,
TV
1.
in the background of a scene. You're like,
Oh.
are you kidding me, dude?
That's only one video. The other video,
It was straight
It's
up
this one.
egregious.
and it's perfect.
Why were they filming this?
Did you answer my question? Couldn't you? Yeah, it was good.
What
it was
were
good.
they
The hangout.
thinking recording this, bro?
We're gonna hang out again on Tuesday. Here, look. It's a real video.
What were they thinking recording this? And thick orbs. They spin around. And by the way, the spinning here, the spinning is probably how they're able to propel themselves. It's got to be related to propulsion. The way they're spinning, or that heat signature is spinning around. See how that heat signature kind of spins around on the orbs? You can even see the smoke coming out of the plane there. Like, for the people that like want to say that the story I just told you coming out of smoke around, also thermal. This ain't a scanner darkly, man. And this isn't like anything like that. Background. Those are background. On converging here, other detail, just no way, man. Because the orbs converging has specific scientific purpose. It's Coulomb port or a
No, I haven't.
increasing has specific scientific purpose. It's Coulomb's law.
Look.
It's increased.
That's it. That's all it is. Wait, how did I? Wait, what?
In the force.
Where was I?
Now, most of the time, they'll at least give you a general idea of what the person is that leaked.
Have you tried Human Torch or the thing yet? No, I haven't played the Marvels at all, dude. I keep fucking up my sleep schedule, Gabe. It's fucked up. Like I literally can't sleep. I don't know what's going on. I sleep for 2 hours and then I'm awake for 22 hours or something. Like it's fucked up. I don't sleep. I just dream. I don't sleep. I just dream, dude. I can see the gray in my beard just coming in quickly now, dude. You know? But I feel okay, so. I think I lost that guy, Clammy Dude Cheeks. Imagine being some 14-year-old kid coming into the stream and just going like, what the fuck is this nerd? Who is this? And then I'm trying to convince him that these videos are real. It's just gonna... I mean, it's not even gonna register. You know? Can't blame the guy. He should go play Roblox or something like that. Go jerk off or something like that.
It's something, that they're charging them. They're gonna charge them with classified, will for retention of classified information. In some cases, they'll even be like, China paid them 15,000. Russia said that they didn't understand why the U.S. Navy basically abducted the plane, took the plane and navigated it to Diego Garcia. That's what Russia said in his videos. I was like, there's no way now. I didn't even know what I was looking for. I was like, there's just no way. And then when you find Edward C. Lin, the second big clue was to narrow down the window. So I switched from...
Have you been grinding Marvel Rivals or what? I've been meaning to get back into it. Did they reset the thing? Or not reset, but like the patch came out, right? So it could be fine to play now. I know, I need to lock in. Like honestly, I need to lock in. I'm just too obsessed with this. I'm having so much fun in hardcore because it's super chill. Play for almost 3 hours and didn't move. Yeah. Are you still in Diamond? The thing is, like, I'm a bit scared about playing Marvel Rivals again because if I go down and if I go down from Grandmaster to Diamond or something like that, and I feel like things start going badly or poorly, then I won't find it as funny again, you know. But then at the same time, it's just I really haven't had the itch strong enough. Like I only play the game if I really have the itch to play it, and I don't have that quite yet. And I'm not gonna force it, you know. It has to come naturally. Trying to grind games, but aren't going well. Yeah, see, that's the thing. And then you end up rage queuing, and I don't want to end up rage queuing, you know. I need if I could get some better sleep, it would be okay. But on the sleep deprivation I'm on right now, it's like I can't log in. Play Paraworld. Yeah, there you go, dude. Yeah, I like just playing games like this hardcore. Wow, just chill out, and you can because it's so easy. It's like it's just a backdrop game. You know, you can just put it on, mine a little bit, kill some shit, and listen to interesting podcasts like Ashton Forbes. Here, I'm gonna watch the most knowledgeable UFO researcher in the world. Here after that, Jesse Michaels. That's my
Looking at like just
shit. You
all
can't really do
time
that if
from,
you're
like
looking into Marvel
2014 to
Rivals. You know?
now.
This shit is so fucking interesting to me. I just have to take it in. You know.
I scrunched it down and I said I only want to look for 2 years after the plane disappeared to 2016. So I changed the search ranges because I wanted to. I assumed that if somebody leaked these, they had to be caught right away. The next thing that was huge, the next two huge pieces, where not only at that point I'm like, wow, okay, well, ooh, this is pretty crazy, but can there actually be more evidence that connects him to the plane? There's a shit ton more. I'll just go through the strongest evidence. He got caught with flight manifests. I believe it was May of 2014. He stole flight manifests that had search and rescue code names on them. What? What kind of flight manifests would you get caught with that they're charging you over that you stole that have search and rescue code names when you're an aviator on a spy plane? In 2014, before MH17. This was before MH17.
Should you go get ice cream? Abso-fucking-lutely you should go get ice cream. What kind of question is that? Go for it. But only if you describe to me what type and what flavor. Please.
So you can't even say it's
Dude,
for
I
like, you
downed
know, the
that
MH17.
entire fucking Ben & Jerry's,
only one thing.
Chocolate cheesecake something. But I've kind of been a big back on it. A big back? What's a big back? I don't know what that is. Oh, you mean carrying people?
MH370. MH370 is the only incident that could be connected to.
I forgot you are old. Well,
The flight manifests potentially connect him directly to
do you have to rub it in my face?
MH370. Those flight manifests could be the literal flight manifest from when he was on the search that night, when he was on the operation that night.
I can tell you aren't really on TikTok.
I
or
can't
IG.
imagine
I
flight.
am on IG, but only like spirituality, conspiracy, technology stuff. Only interesting stuff. There's barely any memes left in my feed, dude. I like so many cool, interesting people who talk about the shift and the new world and manifesting and health and conspiracies and stuff like that. You know, that's my shit. Yeah, exactly. Not the meme side, dude. My boy sends me all the memes, dude. Like people, like oh, and I'm sort of done with that, with the brain rot shit. You know, I get enough of that shit if you're on the internet or whatever. Like, I like prioritizing interesting, useful shit now, dude. You know what I mean? But what's a big back? Can you tell me what a big back is? Now I'm interested.
Man, why would you give a shit about some flight manifests? Who cares about flight You stole some flight manifests, so what? It's probably just a cool memento. Oh, because it's an operation against Malaysian Airlines Flight 370, and it sort of implicates that the U.S. Navy zapped the plane out of the sky. Imagine if the flight manifest says, March 8th, 2014, VPU-2 Wizards, Operation
I see.
Teleportation, whatever. I don't know. I'm not very creative, chat. So, I mean, how could I have even asked? I could never have dreamt for better evidence to link somebody to MH370 than that. That was publicly available. And this is another thing I want to point out too. Some people, one person asked today, could this be a long con? That's part of the beauty. I'm sort of glad that I didn't get involved in this and find out about all this until 2023. Because now all this evidence was out there, and there's no way to claim that like this was all a big setup or that I set this up. No, man, I've been doing a normal life. I never knew about any of this shit. I didn't know about any fucking orbs or anything like that until 2023.
Back in the slang term that can
Before I saw these videos, I didn't have any clue any of this type of stuff could be possible. And that makes it more beautiful because now you can look back at all this other evidence that everybody kind of has their biases about it threw away and look at back in totality and kind of look at it from a fresh perspective and go, what does the story really tell here? What does this story really tell? It also adds a lot more credibility to how I'm investigating it because looking at it from this fresh perspective, as I think a lot of you will agree, is very illuminating. It's very illuminating, especially when you look at it from a transparent perspective and you don't just throw away evidence because you don't like it. Like, oh no, that's Russian disinformation. That's Chinese disinformation. China literally hacked the Malaysian government. I don't know why this doesn't get talked about more. China hacked the Malaysian government, the transportation ministry, and stole classified information about MH370 the next day. The next day. I mean, that tells you, the guys, for the people who think China did something to MH370, sorry.
What is my favorite chocolate? All of them. I mean, Jesus Christ. I mean, like, I can show you something. I can show you something right now. Okay? Let me go show you something right now. Okay? Can I do that? Can I do that, please? One that I've been eating. This is not my favorite, but I've been eating it a lot lately, and it's the Lindt Excellence. It's mild 70%, right? That way, you get the best of both worlds. You can pretend that you're old and sort of trying to be healthy, but it's mild, so it's not really 70%. It's still very milk chocolatey. It's like a mix of milk chocolate and 70% chocolate, right? And it's really, really good. So like you're gonna have to specify a question because in Sweden we have Marabou. Marabou. Right? Milk chocolate. Okay? Straight up. No fluff. But they have been diluting that shit. They have been inflating that shit. Oh, I have a lot. Right? So it's not as it used to be. Yours is Snickers. Do you mean chocolate bar? See, now it's a different question on it entirely. You're gonna have to get, like, input-output thing, okay? Snickers is very, very nice. Bounty, the Tweaks, the Kit Kat. But if we're gonna go, if I can show you this. In Sweden, do you have this in America even? Do you even have double nougat in America? Can you please answer that, please? Yeah, yes, you don't even have that, Gabe. You don't even have the double nougat. God, I'm happy I was born in this country instead, dude. Right? What the fuck are you doing without double nougat? Can you get real for a second? Jesus Christ. Nah, but like for real, like what the fuck is up? I can't get the fucking things ever. Why are they? Thank you. I can't even eat. I'm lactose. Can't even eat what? Nougat. Is nougat milk? I bought whole milk and a lot of stuff from a farm, dude. I bought a lot of fucking nice food from a farm. Can you imagine that? I bought some bacon and I bought tea and I bought some hard bread and I bought some eggs. Dude, I ate some next level farmer's eggs, dude. Holy, I'm gonna go crazy with that shit. Excuse me. Oh yeah. Unlucky. I feel for you, dude. I just hit my finger here. That was not nice. Dude, lactose is the shit, dude. I like all dairy products are just the shit for me. Because I grew up with it, you know. It's so like sweet and soft and nice. Like you add some banana flavor, maybe some pear flavor, some berry flavors. Oh, I could just take a giant like yogurt or something like that and just fucking throw it back, dude, slam it. Completely psychotic. I remember I had a friend who was lactose intolerant in school, and he always had to take a pill when he was if he was going to eat stuff like that. It was very sad. But I mean, hey, there's worse things than that, right? Did I not get that? No, I didn't get that. Hey, wait, are they up there or should I? Do they drop it? Yeah, they drop it. Oh, I should kill these. So Gabe, how are we gonna approach this, Gabe? How are we gonna get this information out to the general audience, to the public? Right?
Sorry, that just rules them out.
Do I start TikTok?
They're the victims.
Do I start a new
unfortunately. I would
Instagram
be
and a new
happy to
TikTok?
blame China.
And a new YouTube channel. I have a YouTube channel now that I'm thinking I can just use to put my VODs on. My Twitch VODs. I've already uploaded some stuff, but they got 0 views. Absolutely, like, not even one person is watching. I have 24 subscribers or something like that on YouTube. But ain't like I might be shadow banned already. Like I'm that psychotic. I'm that paranoid. I think I might be shadow banned before it even began, my guy. Maybe I'm coping. You know, maybe I'm like thinking too highly of myself or whatever. But I need to start. I need to start putting myself out there. There is no. It is my only way. It is the only way for me. You know. So I'm slowly starting, and I'm very appreciative of you being here, so I can actually have someone to talk to, because I've been talking to myself for the last 2 hours. And then some 14-year-old kid comes in and says, and tries to dunk on my boy Ashton. It's like, right? So do we start streaming on all the? Yeah, dude, I've been thinking, dude, I want to stream on X. Can you stream on TikTok live? I would have to stream on everything at the same time, dude. Like, honestly. And it's also like the topics I want to talk about. I can't even talk about this shit on Twitch, really. So I want to do YouTube, but should I do some more, like, I need to gather my thoughts, really, and I need to start trying to make some videos and edit it down and make a script and like, you know, write shit down on paper so I can actually think for a moment, because it's just all fluff in my mind. It's just completely incomprehensible, not in order. Everything is just scrambled eggs in my mind, dude. For TikTok, Twitch, YouTube, Kick. I was thinking Instagram. TikTok, Twitch, YouTube, Kick, Instagram, dude. But Kick is like, yeah, I would like to do Kick, because I'm thinking that there I can go crazy with it. We can watch Dr. Judy Wood's direct energy weapons on 9/11 and stuff like that there. I don't think I can do that here. I don't even think I really don't. Can I even talk about Ashton here? I don't think so, dude. There's no way you can talk about this true disclosure. There's no way you can actually talk about anything interesting on Twitch. Right? Not for me, at least. I mean, I can talk to you about the double nougat. I can talk to you, like, you know, I can shoot the shit. I can, like that. I can do that too. But I'm too much. Or do I just take it easy and just focus on gaming? But I don't know if I can do that, you know. I need to separate. I need to come up with a strategic fucking plan. Bam, 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 bam. Right? Is that the approach, Gabe? Is that the approach? Here we have one. We'll see what happens. At least I'm putting myself out there now. Like, it's slowly starting, slowly happening. I just need to keep up with as I've been doing. I'm gonna start going to a better place even like very fast. I'm manifesting now. Slowly starting to learn the ooh. Oh. Slowly starting to learn about manifesting. And we're looking up. We are on the up and up. Uploading clips. TikTok is probably the best way. Yeah, it has to be. But it's the thing about TikTok is it's fake. It's bots. It's not real human beings. It's the growth is like surely. And I also need to fix like I know I need more disk space. I should probably buy some more disk space. I'm thinking about getting a camera also, but it's like I keep see I'm back to my perfectionist mindset. Fuck all that high quality. This is fine. I can do this. It doesn't have to look better than this, right, Gabe? I can start with this. I can start like this. I think my microphone is shit. My camera is shit. I need that goody stuff. I need to spend some money on it. But I spent all my money on drugs and hookers. So it's like, you know. Your equipment is just fine. Oh, thank you. Okay, good. See, that's why I need you here, Gabe. See, you are literally, I manifested you. Gabe, did I manifest you into my reality to enable me to take the next step, right? To put myself out there, to the Jungian human new game, right? The global unconscious, God in our age, God in the modern age, the internet. Not smart. Can't buy stuff when you don't have an income. Gotta wait. No, I can buy stuff. That's the thing. Like, yeah, like that's one thing about living in Sweden and having a sort of well-paying job and whatever, and having a somewhat low rent or whatever. It's like I can buy stuff. That's the thing. But yeah, I have a lot of shit I wanna invest in. I really want, because I'm thinking a lot about like, yeah, I love playing some World of Warcraft for a few hours and, you know, having a session and leveling up with the boys and all that stuff and playing some Marvel Rivals and click some domes and all that stuff. I love that, but I'm not even doing it that much these days. Like, I will play for like 3-4 hours, and then that's that. What I really want to do is learn more about this shit, science, and like honestly, that I'm more interested in that. I'm more interested in like my personal development, health, and finding discipline, getting a routine, dating this girl now that I'm seeing, that stuff, you know. So much. I want to play more guitar. I want to do wall climbing. I want to get in the sauna. I have been thinking about making it so that I'm splitting the day. Let's say for the first 8 hours, I do like sort of vlog style, documenting my progression in everything. From health, from quitting drugs, quitting gooning, quitting, you know, getting healthy, and just put my thoughts out there, you know. Wait, I don't have room to. Oh my God, have I not gotten this a million times? But I just haven't had inventory to pick it up. Is that what's happening here? I'm starting to think like. Let's see. I just killed something over here, right? I've been killing a bunch of these, but I haven't gotten anything. Oh, okay. We're good at woolcloth, I need, right? Yeah. So I don't know, dude. But yeah, I have plans. I have so many. I just need to keep compounding. I need to not be in too much of a rush, but at the same time, that's the paradox I'm feeling now, right? I'm feeling a sense of urgency, but at the same time, I'm feeling I have time. So I don't know. You know, that's a good paradox. The AI told me about the girl with the AI told me about the paradoxes, the manifesting and stuff like that. I need to raise my energy, my frequency. I'm a full believer in that shit, dude. Wait. Mine.
I can't carry anymore.
Easy. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. Trading some eggs. Fuck it. We didn't get it. So yeah, I have so many fucking ideas. I just need to make them more concrete, put it in practice, and get real. I think you know what I'm thinking, really, Gabe. Now, Tuesday, I'm gonna see this girl again. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be It's gonna be really good. Exactly what I needed. Feeling very, very blessed. Feeling very, very lucky to be myself. To love myself, right? To have had a spiritual awakening, to have had a technological awakening, all of it at the same time, in the now, living in the moment, loving myself and living in the moment. And you're already there, dude. You're already looking up. Can you please, for the love of God, drop the thing I need now, dude? How many of these am I gonna kill? Or have I already... Oh my god, wait. Maybe it dropped, but I didn't pick it up, so now it's not dropping again. Could that be the case? Check the script. Check the... Yes. There it is. Finally. Jesus Christ. Get out of here. We turn in these quests. We go here. We fly to Orgrimmar. We get level 20 spells. And then I think I'm shitting from there, dude. I think I'm shitting from there. Bing shilling, Gabe. Gabe, can I ask you, do you watch any other streamers? Like, who are your favorite streamers? And do you think I could be like, if they're more famous or something like that, if they have more numbers on the screen, whatever, they've been doing it longer, they're more dialed in, they have a bigger audience. Do you think I could do that too? I'm wondering about that.
Time is money, friend.
Further instructions. Bears, okay. Yo, I've been eating tacos. You know what's funny is I found a lot of streamers last year and they all quit, and since you came back, they've all started streaming again. Huh? Manifesting, dude. Telepathic. Fucking remote viewing. Straight through the ether. Right? That's cool though. But do you watch more like smaller streamers or? Okay, cool, yeah. Yeah, and you know I watch. I've been liking Peekaboo a lot, but I really like the okay, they're not small, but Corny Jared. This guy is grinding.
Du vet känslan att
Fucking ad. Why is my ad blocker not working, dude? Or you know what? Actually, I want to support this guy, so I'll watch the ad here. He's grinding to get, and they reply. Yeah, exactly. I've done that so much as well, Gabe. I find myself so much in that. So many smaller streamers I've been watching that where you actually get to talk a bit, you know.
I can't mute that right now.
It's all about connecting.
I can't mute that right now.
Networking. Being a node in a network. Those are like some of my best moments. I've always been with like streamers who are like around 100 viewers or something like that. There's a guy I watch called CG Guitar. He plays guitar. He's an insanely good guitarist, but he has like 30 to 40 viewers tops because he only plays guitar. He doesn't talk at all. He types in the chat a little bit sometimes, but he only plays, and that's so cool. That's one of my favorite streamers. I haven't. It was more back in the day, like when I was really more into watching Twitch. I did it when I was younger. I did it even more, especially when I was out of work and stuff like that. You know, because what else are you doing? You have nothing else to do, right? All day. You're at home. Of course, you turn on a stream and shoot the shit.
That ability isn't ready yet.
Look at my guy though. Bro, he's been trying to get this FC for like, I don't know, it must be 10 months. He's been grinding through the Fire and Flames 200%. Trying to get, I mean, it's nuts what this man is doing. It's like, it goes beyond the gaming. This is a spiritual quest. It's all spirit. Have you also noticed that, Gabe?
Be careful.
Have you noticed the fact that it's all about the fucking spirit?
We shall meet again.
Crazy, right? Hello, can I slide to separate my... But you know what's crazy, Gabe, is that now that when my friends are in Discord,
Greetings.
that's the problem I have, really. I don't want to feel like I'm losing time with my friends because I'm streaming. That's really what it comes down to for me. And I realized it's because I have this sort of... I need to feel connected at all times to my friends, and I don't want to miss out on hanging out with them, you know? But I'm also realizing I need to sacrifice that time. But it isn't even that big of a sacrifice, because on the other side of that, there's so much to gain. It's not like I'm not going to hang out with my friends just because I'm not in the Discord currently, you know, permanently. You get FOMO, yeah, that's the word, good word, you found it, yep, FOMO, from hanging out with my friends. I need to get rid of that mindset, get rid of that, you know. But that's only going to happen if I actually feel like something is happening with my stream and with my content, and I'm growing and stuff like that, right? So that's what I need to focus on. I just need to put down the fucking work. I need to put down the fucking work, dude. Buy some equipment. I have so much shit. What the fuck? Buy some equipment. Buy some equipment. 200. 100. Is that better than what I have? Yeah. We'll try to sell this shit as well. A lot of shit we have here. Let's go turn that quest in also, yeah. Energy, dude. It's all about energy, frequency, vibration. Just like Tesla said. That's what I'm noticing people are turning back into now. And it's crazy how that's true both for the technological aspect of our lives and energy. For using all this electricity, whatever we're using, and for our bodies and our souls. And the energy there, it's the same, dude. The techno-spiritual, is that a thing? Is there a word called techno-spiritual? Techno-spirituality. Yeah, front page, there it is. Here we explore the border between like a machine constant. Well, that's my shit. I need to start reading books. I'm gonna have to start reading books, Gabe. Can I just get read like? Are we gonna have to start reading books? I've been wanting to do like a book, like read one book a month, where it's like I take like 30 minutes a day to just fucking shit and read an interesting book. Because I know the books I would read. You know? I know the books I would read. I can show you. Syntheism is a new religious movement that seeks to provide atheists and pantheists with a sense of community and all. Okay, well that's not what I thought that was. There. These dudes, the cyber philosophers, the Futurica trilogy, the glossary, the grand narratology. Swedish philosophers and authors, the first trilogy, netocrats. See, netocrats, the global empire and the body machines. Digital libido, sex, power and violence in the network society. They lecture across the world on a global internet revolution and it's rather besides for any no for highly yeah. Flamboyant, yeah. Process and event. Netocrats. These dudes. This is I need to explore that at least. I also need to read like Carl Jung and all that shit. Like there's so much I need to read. And I'm thinking that could be a good thing to do to add to my life. You know, to really at least try, give reading a proper try. You know. I already have some books here. I've read the first 20 pages of every book I have, and then I didn't finish them at all. But the thing about reading that bugs me is like, I feel like there's so much fluff in a book. Just give me the fucking summary, and that's what I've been doing, right? So I find myself in books that I haven't even read. It's like I need to get real with that. You know? Maybe I should have just kept killing shit now that I have the Onyxia buff, but fuck it, I wanna chill. I'm gonna watch this, let me tell you that.
Watch out for snakes here. Definitely seeing another looter's trench. I bet you this is one side of a plaza. Oh, it goes up way further. Oh my god.
This guy is out here, dude. Have you seen this shit? Have you seen this shit?
And when the tree falls, it lifts out half of the temple. No way.
Indiana Jones.
See if there's anything left. That's a
Go
tomb.
get your ice cream, dude. Worse.
Multi tons, but here at this site we can see incredibly tall, almost obelisk stelas here, or stelae, and I'm not exactly sure what the weight of this is, but it's limestone, and I've seen some at the site of Quiriguá that are twice as tall,
dude,
that weigh upwards of 75 tons. So I can only assume that this, leaving so much of it under 1,500 to 2,000 years of jungle growth. It's very much the same reason that we don't really know much about the civilizations that were living deep in the jungles of the Amazon. The only reason that we know as much as we do about the Maya world is because the Maya jungles are only a small fraction of the size of the Amazon. And even with that, the Maya world was more than 3 times the height of medieval Europe. It's pretty often that we call ancient Egypt the land of the pyramids, but they have about 120 pyramids, whereas in the Maya world, they constructed probably north of 10,000. They were also the ancient world's greatest
were
astronomers, and they could predict astronomical events centuries ahead of time. So all of this is pretty cool, but what really catches people's attention today is what I call megalithomania, where everyone right now is really fascinated by the megaliths of the ancient world. And what I mean are these almost incomprehensibly, impossibly large blocks that ancient cultures moved across mountain ranges, through valleys, through swamps, across water, and across deserts. And the mystery of how they move these things, say the Egyptians, for example, how they move these 2 to 150 ton blocks across sand on maybe some sled of some kind without it being bogged down in the sand, or how they even transport it on their small riverboats that are woven together. This is all a mystery that people are infatuated with. Or let's say in the Inca world, you have blocks that are much, much larger than you find in ancient Egypt that are carried down mountainsides, up mountainsides, and set into place. And these blocks can weigh anywhere from 100 to 200 tons apiece. And on top of that, they're made of basalt largely, so they're not as dense as Egyptian granite. But what that means is when basalt is 200 tons, it means that it is a colossal stone. And how do these things get set in place? That is megalithomania. And that's what we're experiencing in our modern culture. Another great example would be a culture that I am obsessed with, which would be the Olmecs. You have these Olmec heads that weigh anywhere from 6 to 10 tons. Now, it is commonly believed that they were transported on balsa river rafts. And balsa is a type of wood that you find in the Veracruz to Tabasco region of Mexico, more or less in the swamps of Mexico. Now, nautical engineers have done research on this, and they have shown, surprisingly and mysteriously, and it kind of gets looked over because there's no other explanation, I suppose, that academics can come up with. But nautical engineers have shown that if you make a balsa river raft that is too big to go down the Coatzacoalcos River, which is the main tributary that the Olmecs used, if you put a 5-ton head on a raft too big to go down that river, it would sink that raft. Now, the problem is that the smallest Olmec head is 6 tons and the largest is 40 tons. So that's a mystery. And that infatuating mystery is what we call megalithomania. And the lack of that, seemingly, in the Maya world is why the Maya don't get as much attention in the modern day. It's one of the leading causes. But the Maya should have been close to the Olmecs, right? They came after the Olmecs, and the Olmecs are commonly attributed as being the mother culture of Mesoamerica. Well, here's the thing. The Maya world probably began on its own without being influenced by the Olmecs in the heart of the Petén jungles of Guatemala, which is really, really far from the Olmec heartland. At the same time, the bedrock that is available to the Maya people is limestone, and a lot of times it's porous limestone. Whereas for the Olmecs, they had access to the basalt quarries in the Tuxtla Mountains of Veracruz, which is very, very far from the Maya heartland. So the Maya were not mining basalt and building anything out of it. For the most part, the Maya built their buildings out of limestone blocks that weighed anywhere from 40 to 50 pounds to a few hundred pounds to a few tons. That's pretty heavy, but it's not out of the realm of possibility for a small group of men to move blocks like this throughout the Maya region, most of which is a pretty flat land. You just have to go through the jungle, but it's still relatively reasonable. What's the most surprising aspect about the Maya world is just the sheer amount of work that went into constructing all of their cities. I mean, like I said earlier, Egypt has about 120 pyramids. In the Maya world, I would say way more than 10,000. It's hard to even comprehend the amount of structures that are in the Maya world. In this video, we were at the site of Calakmul, which is the capital of the Khan dynasty, the Snake Kingdom of Campeche, Mexico. And just at this one site alone, LiDAR scans have shown that this site has more than 6,000 buildings in it. However, I think that that's actually a low estimate because when you drive south of Calakmul, it's a 50-minute drive before you get to the first turn. And at no point when I'm looking out the window do I ever not see pyramids just a little bit further off through the jungle line. I don't know how many pyramids are out there, and that is surprising in and of itself, but it doesn't click until you actually go down there and see it, and then it becomes infatuating. But what about the megaliths? Do we see that in the Maya world? Well, yes, we do. But they're harder to find because they're in these very small, obscure Maya villages that you have to go down these infinitely long dirt roads just to get to. And on top of that, in a lot of these places, you're out in a region that is so remote that the people go from, in some places in Mexico, speaking a little bit of English, but mostly Spanish. You get more remote, they speak Spanish, but they also speak Maya. Then you get to the point out here in these obscure villages where they just only speak Maya. Some of these people don't even speak Spanish. So you're talking about getting very, very far out into these obscure indigenous villages in the jungle before you see things like this. And this is why sites like this and monuments like this and these Maya megaliths haven't made it into popular culture yet. So one side I want to touch on that I thought would be good with pairing with the gigantic stelae that are at Calakmul is a site in Guatemala called Quirigua. Now, Quirigua was founded at some point between 200 BC and 200 AD. And while at this point erecting stelae was nothing new in the Maya world, when it got to Quirigua, it reached a new height. Literally. So what these massive stelae that are being depicted at Quirigua are is they're kind of like obelisks. I call them stelisks. They're cut on four sides, and from top to bottom, they are absolutely ridden with hieroglyphs with no wasted space whatsoever. At this site, you will see the tallest single standing monuments ever discovered in the Americas. So Maya stone artworks looks like Maya hieroglyphs placed next to what is just an artistic interpretation of an ancient lord or ruler, but it's much more complex than that. There is nothing in Maya art that is wasted space or simply designed for aesthetics. Every single piece of these artworks was once understood in an ancient knowledge that is lost to us. The feathers and ornaments that the headdresses depict, their footwear, the orientation of their feet, the position of their hands, the patterns stitched into their clothing, as well as the patterns floating above and around them, all of these symbols were meant to be read like a book. All of them. So unlike the rest of the Maya world, these stelae are carved from some of the hardest and densest sandstone found in the Americas, allowing the reliefs to have such an incredible amount of detail, but also making them very heavy. The largest stelisks weigh anywhere from 50 to 75 tons. One in particular is called Stela E. It is the largest single standing monument erected in the New World nearly 2,000 years ago, and it stands just shy of 40 feet tall. But there are other large monuments in Quirigua, including stelas A, B, C, and D, all weighing somewhere between 20 and 50 tons, as well as these bizarre megalithic zoomorphs. Maya stone monuments like this have only been discovered around this area of Guatemala, but they can be seen in the Olmec world and are also an ancient global phenomenon. These are gigantic boulders carved all the way around and even on the bottom, often considered to be some of the finest work ever completed by the Maya. It can be difficult to distinguish in photos, but these zoomorphs are up to 10 feet tall and 18 feet across, with a surface area of more than 45 squared meters on a single monument. We have no idea how far away these blocks were quarried or where they were carried from, because the jungle in the Maya world is just so dense it can bury 10-meter tall buildings in less than 500 years. And these monuments have been standing out here for almost 2,000. It may not be possible to identify the quarries any longer. Much like the transportation of the Olmec heads, we have no idea of how exactly these got here. And much like the Egyptian obelisks, we have no idea how they were erected to stand in place. Wow. I'm Luke Caverns. If you'd like to see more videos like this of us venturing off into the jungle and showing you things of ancient Maya sites that you've probably never seen before and giving you a really up close and gritty look into this world, well then please like and subscribe for more. It's impossible to realize just how much we don't know about the ancient world until you're out there standing on the fringes of modern civilization, peering off into the jungle at ruins of huge cities only inhabited by the birds and snakes for nearly 2,000 years. I understood this feeling the first time I walked through the outer ruins of Palenque, a city made up of over 1,000 buildings with only 15 to 20 fully excavated and on display for the public. But it was really driving through the back roads of Quintana Roo near the ancient city of Zibanche that I got the overwhelming sense of just how much there is left to discover. So right now, about to get some footage of these covered ruins. I don't think an aerial shot like this has ever been taken before. I was just looking out the window during our 2 to 3 hour drive, and as we got further and further
Teresa
away
Cooper,
from the modern
thank you
city,
very much
I
for
began to
following.
notice, oh, there's
I
a
appreciate it
pyramid
very
in
much.
that field,
How are
and
you? I'm
another
very
one,
excellent.
and there's another one. And
Doing very, very well. I'm having a very good day. I don't sleep anymore, I just dream. But hey, it's okay. You know, we're manifesting. We're putting ourselves out there. We're learning to love ourselves. We're playing hardcore World of Warcraft. We're chilling here with my boy Gabe. I have Lint Excellence 90% mild, 70% mild cocoa chocolate. And I just ate a tacos for breakfast. Things are looking up. Good to hear that. Thank you. How are you doing? I hope you're having very, very good. I hope you're doing very, very good. How's your stream going? Oh, my stream is going great. I'm talking about all kinds of shit here with my boy Gabe. Talking about what chocolate is the best. Talking about how we're gonna disclose free energy technology to the world. You know? How to manifest. Stuff like that. You're doing good. I'm glad to hear it. That's what's up. What am I doing? I'm going back now. Yeah, we're good. Yeah. We learned our spells. We sold our shit. We learned how to use this stuff. Heavy linen bandage. Wait, wool cloth bandage is what I need, right? I don't need that many. I can sell these. Where are you from? I'm from Sweden. I am from Sweden. Yes. Do you know that I live on the land that is the most fought over land in all of human history, for our modern history at least? Right? Think about that. That's very cool. Now that's very cool, if you ask me. Which you did. So yeah, Sweden and Denmark have been fighting over this land more times than any other country has fought over any land. You know? Very nice place. Very lucky to be born here. For all its flaws and for all its shortcomings and for all the fucked up politicians and what the fuck. I mean, it's still good, you know. You can't. Actually, I have an offer. Can I share it? You know what? I'm not interested in any type of art or any stuff like that, you know. So I'm very sorry to say that, but that's the truth. I can't say I'm too interested. I hope that's okay. I'm sure it's excellent, but the thing is, I have a deal with Gabe here, you know, my only viewer, and I have a deal with him for the next 25 years. You know, he's gonna set me up with all the editorial, all the stuff, all the animations, all the emotes, you name it. He's a one source kind of guy, you know. I just go for him. Have a good day, you too. You too. Have a great day, you. Have a great day. What about I'm buying a container. I'm buying a bag. 10 slots bag. Should be enough, right? Yeah. That's a lot of bags here, dude. 30 is going down. Okay. Whoa. Got it. Wow, so much room now. I got these because I was gonna go down and use them, but then I didn't do it. So I was like,
Blood and thunder. Strength.
See, I can make one anti-venom, see? You only need small venom sac. Do I have any more of those there? Yes, yeah, I've saved them for that exact reason. Who does that, seriously? Who saves those so they can make a few anti-venoms and come in clutch? Like that. There, maybe? That's a crazy, that's a complete 5-head move right there, dude. Do I make some of these also? Do I need wool bandage for engineering? Or anything like that? No, I don't know where I was in the video. No, it's there. Okay,
The
good.
transportation mystery.
Transportation is real. Yeah. Wool, 60 wool cloth. Shopping list. Let me make just a couple here then. 10 is a good number. Boom.
What can I help you with?
Let's go like that.
Farewell.
However, have I not turned that in yet? Oh, it's that quest I did here. Yeah. Like that. The Demon Slayer Corps is a pretty cool guild. Right? Let's become a Demon Slayer. Straight up. Did we do everything I needed to do? Wait, did I sell? I think I sold the sword that I needed. Or no, I put it on, right? I can't remember. Fuck it. YOLO, doesn't matter. I'm gonna be honest, I'm feeling kind of tired now, dude. I'm getting tired. Where am I going? I have quest to turn in a ratchet. Let's just do that. You know what? We're gonna shield in Ogama because maybe we can log in. Ooh, buff. Server time 11:30 server time. Thanks is dropping Onyxia.
What are you?
Well, then we will go out on a little adventure and we will come back. And then we're gonna stand and get the buff. And then we're gonna log out. And then when we come back in, we have a fresh Oni buff. Dude, playing Rogue in early levels with the Oni buff is hella fun, dude.
Stole classified information about MH370 the next day. The next day. I mean, that tells you, the guys, for the people who think China did something to MH370, sorry, that just rules them out. They're the victims, unfortunately. I would be happy to blame China. I'm a patriotic American. I have
Hell yeah, dude.
thrown my biases on the table. But I would love to blame China or Iran. It just doesn't seem to be the case. Okay. The other big piece of evidence, the strongest piece of, if you can believe this, we haven't even gotten to the strongest piece of evidence yet. About that was, and the started it. Information in question against being used against Edward Lynn is available on the internet. It's available on the internet. That's a really crazy thing for the defense attorney lawyer to just say officially on the record to media. It's available on the internet, and the government responded. The government responded And the government said just because it's available on the internet doesn't make it that it's not, that you didn't do something wrong, that it's not classified or whatever. What? What could be on the internet? Show me something on the internet that tells a story of why a guy should go to prison for 6 years. That's connected. That's after them doing favors for him. He's going to prison for 6 years. That could explain that. The only thing is the videos. It's the only thing on the internet. What else could it be? So those videos right there. And it's 2 videos that are clearly both U.S. military. You can see the General Atomics drone in the drone video. You can just see it. General Atomics drone. Those are U.S. military drones. And 2 videos from 2 completely different angles. The plane's here, right? So some people get confused on the perspectives. The reason why the perspectives are weird because you're looking from 2 completely different angles. And you can line up the videos and they're in perfect synchronization. I mean, come on, guys.
Get real.
Obviously, that man leaked those videos.
I'm thinking about making a podcast called Get Real. Where we just get real, you know?
Yo, be good.
Because that's what
Have
we
a
need.
good one.
Authenticity. The perfect counter to the AI.
What's up? Keep it real. Hurry
Oh,
back.
I'm dinged again. What the fuck?
Talk to me.
Wait, level 26. You know what? Cancel that. You know what? Cancel that. You know what? Cancel that. You know what? Cancel myself. You know what? Shut the fuck up. You know what? I guess I'm doing that then. Maybe I can do that also later. Actually, do I just run up there now? And then, oh wait, I haven't done that yet. Is it even worth doing now? Ah, let's do it, fuck it. Maybe we can do some mining on the way. It's gonna be easy, chill.
So, let me do a couple more super chats because you guys have been going buck wild. And I want to thank Awake Not Woke. Huge donation. Thank you. Truth tellers have a habit of getting orbed. Use some of that super chat money for personal security. The kind that doesn't mysteriously vanish into thin air. Praying for wisdom and protection. Thank you very much for that super chat. I appreciate it. And I thank you, everybody who's concerned for my security.
I yawned. I never yawned.
You know what? I don't even mind being a martyr. I don't even mind it,
that's
chat.
what we were up
I'm
talking
kind of
about,
fed
that
up with how
martyrdom.
fake everything is anyway, so...
What
But I
is
have to be a-
martyrdom in the modern age? It's this, dude. This is the quest we're all supposed to be embarking on. Together. This is the storming of Area 51. You know?
martyr for the 4 orbs. You know what? Let's look at the
This
thing.
is what Monkey D. Luffy would be doing. On the ship. Right? With the boys.
This. If I end up becoming a martyr, then I give you guys permission to make a cult out of me. So if I become a martyr and they take me out, you have my permission to make a 4 orbs cult and make it weird. Like, you know what? Make it weird. Like, make it like we're obsessed with technology, but like we're hoarding it and nobody else can get it. Like we're the Brotherhood of Steel in Fallout.
Oh, hell yeah.
Make a cult like that just to fuck with the government. That's a pretty good deterrent. You know what? If you take me out, then you get a Fallout cult. You get a technology cult. Good luck. Thank you for that donation. That's a huge donation. Appreciate you. United Glory, thank you for those donations the other night as well. Those are huge. I ran the 40-page model or 400-page model through AI. Key
many
findings: the
birthmarks,
2 Iranians with stolen passports were flagged on Interpol before flying, and had a handler. Yep. Were they on MH370's patsies if the cover-up failed? I was going to bring this up as well, even though this was mostly about Edward Lin, but this really, really needs to be talked about more. How are there 2 Iranian passengers on stolen passports, and they change their facial appearance, and they look like the faces on the passports? They were traveling together, and they just like get dismissed within like 2 days, like 2 days after the plane, because no one's ever talking about it ever again. And the excuse that they used made no sense at all. None at all. Like, if you think about it for 2 seconds, you're like, wait, what? Their excuse was they were refugees going to Amsterdam. Wait, what? You just said they were Iranians. Why are they on a plane from Kuala Lumpur to Beijing? Beijing's not Amsterdam. That's the wrong way, and that's the last country I want to go to with a stolen passport.
You're going the wrong way.
What are we talking about here? Like, this doesn't make any goddamn sense. They're changing their identities. Where do they get all this money from? How are they have money to change their identities and stolen passports and traveling together and flying to Beijing for no reason? There's direct flights from Kuala Lumpur to Amsterdam if that's where you're going. I mean, I keep telling people, I'll say it again, I'm giving away free psyops. My psyops are way better than the bullshit that the CIA's got. It went into the South Indian Ocean and just like nobody saw it and didn't make a debris field. And we're just, yeah, sorry. That's what the dumbasses in the CIA came up with. Dumbest story ever. And then they had some lazy intern like edit like 10 rows of data into an Excel spreadsheet. And then they upload it. And the idiot asses in the investigative, what do they call it? Independent group, they all fell for it. They fell for some script kiddie. They probably gave it to his like 15-year-old nephew and was like, dude, can you like edit some numbers into this Excel spreadsheet? And then I'm going to go upload this and we're going to fake tell the world that the MH370 went in the South Indian Ocean. That's how stupid it is. And everybody fell for it. That's how easy it is to fake out the world. My psyop would have been way better. I would have said that the Iranians started the fire on the plane. Galaxy brain shit, chat. Get out of here. The Iranians
Isn't that what
started the
that
fire on
guy says though? The Jeffrey Weiss guy, the Weiss guy. Right? Now that we're here, we can all go down here, I guess. Right. Just make sure not to die.
on the plane. Why couldn't we talk about it? I don't know. You can make up anything. All that matters is the Iranians started the fire on the plane, and you can say literally anything after that, and people will believe you. Doesn't matter. People love to blame Iran. There's all these war hawks in the United States government that want to go to war with Iran. Jewish people hate Iran. It's just like, it's so easy. It's almost unfair how easy it is to just blame Iran and blame those Iranian passengers. The fact that these guys are on stolen passports, all this shit, that they know each other, it actually just, I'm doing a rant because it just still blows my mind to think about how they'd never got more attention. That's actually one of the only things that gives me pause in this whole story, where I'm going, I can't reconcile that. In fact, side rant, there are only a couple things in my own story that give me pause. One of them is that I can't reconcile these Iranian passengers that are clearly not really refugees, probably operatives of somebody, I don't know who, maybe us, maybe somebody else, that I would think they're the perfect people you need to have on the plane if you're going to orb a plane or whatever you're going to do. I can't reconcile that, so I don't know. So CIA, that's your play. That's your play. Say the Iranians started the fire on the plane. It was clearly a fire. Clearly a fire. Now, the other part of it is reconciling the fire with the orbiting. And this is what I think a lot of people struggle with, is like, wait a minute. You're telling me these videos are real, but you're also telling me that there was this fire on board the plane.
I completely forgot.
And it's not me telling you that. It's that I'm saying you can see the smoke coming out of the back of the plane. That's not contrails. That's smoke. People are like, the contrails don't dissipate correctly. I'm like, you are literally a disinformation agent if you say anything about contrails. I've literally never said this is contrails. This has always been smoke. I've always said it's smoke. I've always said I know it's smoke because it can't be contrails because the plane's flying too low. You can't make contrails below 18,000 feet. This plane's at like maximum 10,000 feet. Can't be contrails. So of course it's not going to dissipate like contrails. Yeah, because it's smoke. So the question though is, how do you link together the smoke? Like, why are we orbiting a plane that's smoking away? And like, was it then a big operation? Like, did we start the fire? Did we start the fire? Okay, sorry guys. That's the part I can't. That's the part I'm struggling with. Well, I mean, I whatever. Not struggling with. I always struggle with is like, how do you explain that? Because if you start the fire on the plane, can't the plane just go anywhere? But you might say, okay, well, the plane goes back to the nearest airport. Okay, well, even if you know the plane's going back to the nearest airport, couldn't the plane just land or try to land? There's a lot of scenarios where this plane ends up exploded on the ground. So let me address this. Settle down, chat. Settle down. So what if they don't care? What if they're like, we're going to start the fire, and if the plane crashes and explodes, who cares? Oh, well, that's a good way to take everybody out. But if the plane doesn't crash and explode, then we can use our orb technology. I don't know. Maybe they have more than one option. Truthfully, I don't know why to connect it together. I can't explain to you what goes through the mind of somebody who has access to magical orb technology. And what's the criteria to pull out your magical orb technology? Like, where's the threshold for the bar? Where you're like, okay, guys, break out the magical orbs. I don't know. Shit. What I will say is this. There are some clues. I don't think those are the only 3 orbs they have. Those orbs, when I look at the orbs in those videos, it feels like we probably have a lot of those orbs. A lot. It seems like they could probably make a lot of them very, very easily. That's just the impression I get when I look at them. Which means we basically have super death weapons at our disposal that can achieve hypersonic speeds all the time, anywhere. And they can either teleport or annihilate things, depending on how you want to look at it. Either way, large super weapon drones, I don't know. Large death weapon drone. Or just death weapon drone. Has a good ring to it. Okay. Back to Edward C. Lynn. So I gave you guys the strongest evidence for why Edward Lynn has got to be the leaker. It ties up. So the government was terrified of the case going to trial as well. Terrified. Terrified specifically because they were afraid they were going to have to show the evidence that he leaked. You can find the articles related to this.
Yep.
They were terrified that they were going to have to show the evidence that he leaked. What would you be so terrified? It's already on the internet. What are you afraid of showing? Larry Youngner said the evidence was available on the internet. Now you're terrified of having to go to trial just because you might have to show the evidence? It's also important to point out they kept Edward Lynn in pre-trial detainment for 365 days or whatever. He ended up getting time served for. So I don't know. He was in pre-trial detainment for, I don't know, a year. That's a long, long time. Very unusual. Yep. Usually long pre-trial detainments, one of the news articles said they might be afraid that he's going to spill more information to China. But we know that's not the case. We know that was never the case. Because it was never a spy case. So what were they afraid of? Why did they need to lock him up for 8 months? Thank you. Okay, 8 months. Why did they need to lock him up for 8 months in pre-trial detainment before the case started? Well, that's pretty obvious, isn't it? They had to convince him that what he did was bad. They had to convince him in any way they could that he needed to take a plea deal. They had to psychologically manipulate him into taking a plea deal because if he goes public, all hell would have broken loose. At least it would have been a problem. Maybe nobody would have believed him. Maybe nobody would have believed the videos, but now, if he goes public, all hell will break loose. But now it's 10 years later. So they had to psychologically manipulate him. They were terrified that he was going to go to the media. The thing the government was afraid of was that Edward Lynn was going to go to the media and he was going to say, here's what I leaked. It's available on the internet. It's always been available on the internet. Here's the MH370 videos. We zapped the plane. We're the ones at fault. Also, we also lied to the media. We had all the media lie to the world. We had all the Western media lie to the world and tell them to go search in the South Indian Ocean. Oh, and now we've wasted, how much money have we wasted now? Almost $300 million in searching. And when I talk about the money, I'm talking about how much money it cost. Somebody's spending this value of worth of money to search. 270 million, something like that, including the new search. We've spent searching, and the official search at 270 million has found nothing. Not even one piece of the plane. Not even those pieces of the plane they found. They didn't even find that. The official search didn't find one thing. Nothing. Not one tiny piece of the plane. Nothing at all. $270 million. Now, Edward C. Lynn was also abused in pretrial detainment. How do I know that? Because he filed official complaints about it. It's documented. He called them the Goon Squad.
Hell yeah, dude.
They were reporting to someone up higher, and they
Hell
had
yeah,
orders to beat the shit out of Edward C. Lynn and basically to psychologically
Ruin the shit
manipulate
out of
him into making sure that he was going to plead guilty. Or not plead guilty, but take the plea deal. Take the plea deal. That he would take the plea deal. Because they could not risk. They probably told him they were going to kill him. I mean, they almost certainly did. Right? For all you people out there going saying, if you leak these videos, they're going to kill you. Yeah, so when they say they're going to kill you, you say, okay, I'll say anything you want me to say. You want me to say that I should go to prison? Great. But he's not going to prison for the rest of his life because he wasn't trying to leak those videos to harm national security. He was just an idiot. He was just being an idiot. He messed up. Everybody does it.
He's not dead.
So he got abused. Find this. Everything I'm saying here can be easily searched and found. That's just how I found all this information out.
How did he not die, dude?
And he documented that. Actually, another prisoner also was getting abused as well, which goes to show that kind of scummy, man. The stuff that we do to cover up our crimes, and we're just going to beat up more people to cover up the stuff that they whistleblow on us. I really hope Edward Lynn does the right thing, man. You think about this, it's like the right thing here is to expose this and end this.
Run away.
End this horrible, horrible
run
shit
inside.
that we're doing with this technology. It's time. Should have been a while. Should have been happened a while back. Sophia, wow. Thank you for that huge donation. Thank you for your dedication and thorough research. We appreciate you praying for your safety and protection as always. Wow. Thank you, Sophia. I've seen you following me for a while as well. Thank you for being in the chat, for contributing. I appreciate you. And thank you for the prayers and what have you. Does mean a lot to me, guys, for sure.
Alright, I'm gonna head out and watch the rest of this, and I'm gonna watch this, and it's gonna be good. And maybe I'll get some more sleep, because I might be sleepy again. We'll see. So peace out, Gabe and all the brands. Thanks for the follows and stuff like that. 2 follows today. It's big, dude, big. Yeah. Probably see you, maybe not tomorrow, but you'll see more of me soon. So.